and welcome back to another episode of Baba Yaga's Dancing Hut, The Witch Hunters. Missed a week out last week, but we're back. We're ready to dive in, zoom towards our finale here. So, deep within the God's Fair Forest, within the Gloom Glen, within a tiny hut, there is quite a story unfolding as you've found yourselves in the final chambers of Baba Yaga's quarters. Here you did battle with a nightmarish knight, so to speak, called Knight, and he was a powerful foe for you guys. He also fought you alongside the Night Hags, led by Mathilda, Dreldy, Toe Stealer, and Rotten Ethel, and you managed to best all of them, come out almost unscathed, and you're able to rest up using this strange artifact, this bed that seemingly recuperates you, revitalizes you, and you feel an overwhelming sense of power surge through you. You finally got that 10th level up just from sleeping on this bed. It's quite something. Also, you now have all the magical items that you've acquired up till now. You're ready to stick them into the cauldron of crud and see what you can concoct before you go into the Tesseract itself and face off with Baba Yaga. She actually appeared to you as well, or at least her voice did. A strange flying creature. It was a homunculus, but it seemingly spoke towards you guys. Oh, let me show you the token. Here we go. This thing, strange, like bat creature, almost like made of clay or earth. And as it kind of flapped around, Baba Yaga was noticing that she was destroying all of her house guests and unleashing carnage as usual. But she practically invited you down into the final chamber, citing that nothing else really matters as long as this ritual is complete. And so that's where you guys kind of got left off. Snurk's with you as well, just a ton of events. And so is Senrith, in place of the Phoenix, which unfortunately got taken out and then stolen away by Mathilda. And she plane shifted into another realm. Wherever she is, Aldous is going to want to find her and get his egg back after this is all over. Alright, so I'll hand it over to you guys. You've got a bunch of magical items. Some of them you'll want to combine, some of them you want to keep separate. Up to you.
I have that pack of arrows there. Maybe we can, use a couple of those to extract a little magic. I wonder if Crud would find those tasty. How's he doing, anyways? Let's make sure he's doing. Hey, all right there, Crud. What's up?
Just, I'm safe.
Good. Now you're gonna be doing some work for us. Understand? We got big fish to fry here, if you will. Are you fish?
No.
You look like.
I'm fine.
You wouldn't be very tasty, anyways. You look kind of. Well, let's not go there. Anyways, yeah, Daya, what do you think?
Yeah, I've got some +1 arrows. Happy to feed those into whatever. What do we think? The Sensidian rods? Or,
Let's Adonis, give me a hand here. Let's see what else we have over on this here tables and such. Looks like she's kept all kinds of things for testing. I wish we had the Tinker Hags with us. I miss those ladies. They're very clever. All kinds of little baubles here, Harry.
Yeah, you see there's loads of little trinkets, amulets, cloaks, cogs, and you name it. Almost every common magical item you can imagine.
cool.
Wow, look at this creepy little doll. So I've been doing some thinking, Chris, and going through the common items, and there is one called a talking doll. and I'm
Oh,
thinking
nice.
if I can get my Frostfire, what the hell am I talking about? My Phantom Fire, that's it, Phantom Fire staff, mix it with this doll. I'm wondering if I can get it to make like a doll that is creepy, or like a doll that can cast the phantasmal fire from me not being there. So I don't know. I was
Ooh.
thinking about
You-
mixing that up somehow.
Okay, let me just.
There's this talking doll.
Also, yeah, you spend a long rest. Takes up to 6 phrases, well, none of which can be more than 6 words long,
Short
and
rest?
one
Oh, is it long
condition.
rest? Shit. Is it long rest?
Short rest.
Short rest. Okay, good.
You can replace old phrases with new ones, whatever the condition, blah, blah, blah. For example, if someone picks up the doll, it might say, I want a piece of candy. And the doll phrases are lost when your achievement ends. So
Like,
wait, you want to
I don't
merge this
know.
with the staff
I'm trying to
so
think of
that
like
you can...
things to give my staff some kind of new property, but I don't. It's the best I could come up with. I really combed over all these things. Never
Like
mind. I don't
easy
want to do it.
things.
Forget it.
I mean,
Your Phantom Fire staff? Like, there's...
I imagine instead of having the staff, it's the doll that's casting these crazy spells. That'd be creepy. Like,
Yeah, super creepy, right?
it
That's
would
I was
be
kind of
firing
going
like
for.
these ghostly scorching rays from its mouth or something. That's what you're going for.
Yeah, no,
Um,
that doesn't serve
the,
much
the other
value.
We
thing
have...
you could do is have it in reverse. So whereas the staff, you can give it phrases, and the staff could speak. But
Hmm.
Ooh, I kind of like that. I kind
What
of
do,
like
like,
that a lot.
do you have anything that will cast a spell, like that needs a verbal component to cast a spell that you could...
Do I? Almost all my
Like
spells.
I've got a I've got a
That's why I
scroll of
used Subtle
contagion.
Spell.
Sorry, a scroll with a spell of contagion.
Yeah, that
So we could maybe
definitely.
give that give that to the doll, and the doll can cast a spell.
Jane. Oh, I see what you mean.
Like just throw it out there, and
Yeah.
or I don't know
But these
any other.
talking dolls, they might have potential to be like a way to cast a spell as a conduit, which could be
Or
like a
or
trap almost.
or a way that you could cast a spell without taking up an action because the doll is doing it.
Well, I'd have to probably. I don't know what the rule on that one would be, but I had to get the doll to do it. I think. I'm not sure. How does that work? That's good. That's actually good. That's pretty good. I don't
that
know.
is a great.
If the doll would take its own turn, then
Oh yeah,
it would be able to
It-
cast a spell
Then
without taking up yours.
my only
it's a
concern
great
would be.
idea, and I like your thinking. Just bear in mind, it's a common magic item.
Yeah,
It,
way
probably,
too powerful.
it would take quite a lot to get something to be able to cast like a 5th level spell from your
Yeah.
list.
Mm.
I like your thinking though. That's the kind of along the right lines. But what you've got to play with are more minor things,
Mm.
Yeah.
and that's a powerful effect for sure.
Yeah, my bad, my bad. Okay, cool.
All right.
Uh,
But
the
of course,
contagion scroll is good,
you can
Sergi.
always combine powerful items that you already have together. And feel free to chip in here, Cam, as well. If you've got something that you want to use that requires attunement, maybe you can slam those 2 attunement items together into one, and then it doesn't require as many many attunement slots.
Tanner,
Mhm.
I got something I was kind of thinking. I got this Stellan staff and that shield of yours. What if we were maybe to enhance the shield, make it like a stone bulwark or some kind? Or I'm not sure how that would, if that would do anything.
I actually had quite a lot of thought process behind this because if I'm 100% honest, it's not really something I want to get rid of so easy. But the Wand of Frost Rose, and he'll pull out the little crystalline
Yeah.
rose. If I combine this with my shield, perhaps.
the spirit of a celestial being, Tanner. That could be really interesting.
I just.
Or a being, I guess, more than pardon me, a
Just
being of ice,
part of
ice
me
being.
feels that it's going to be disrespectful.
Well, you could be our champion, but no, actually, you're my champion. What am I talking about? Of course, no, you serve me. This is not. This is. But no, I don't think it'd be disrespectful, Tanner. It'd be more using the services of a valuable ally to accomplish your goals. This is what people do all around the world, Tanner. On Midra, it's the way things get done.
I guess
think it's a great
adapt and
idea.
improve. Adapt and improve. Adapt and improve. There we go.
Yeah,
Adapt and overcome.
sure,
That's the one.
That's right. No one would ever keep you down, Tanner. You always have the right path. You know what you're doing. But one thing though, Crud, is there any limits to your abilities? Should we be concerned? You really screwed this ring up, for example. You got it all wrong, Crud. I say one thing, and I get the opposite. So, what do we have to worry about here? I don't want any tricks.
I get tired.
You get tired.
Oh,
Well, well, you better got some stamina now, Crud, because we got some work for you. I don't want to hear any excuses. I mean, I can pay you. I can drop a few platinum in there. Do you like the taste of platinum?
yes.
Okay, so you're gonna be working some overtime today, okay, Crud? But don't worry, you're gonna get paid. But you don't really have a choice in the matter. This one's gonna be forced. So just buckle up and get ready, okay? Thanks, friend. I don't want to hear any more whining. All right, guys.
Just a minute. Wait, now, Cred, does that mean that the more things we try to, the more uses of magic you try to do to combine these things, the less efficient it's going to be?
This means can't do as many in one day.
Right. Okay. Okay. No, that's good to know in advance. Thank you for telling us.
Maybe we start small then.
One more thing. Yes. Stuff tends to be strange afterwards. Like they've been. What's the word? Erdana speaks of as cursed. Yes.
Oh, that's not ideal, Crud. You make sure that none of these curses. We're bringing some pretty valuable things here. I don't want any problems.
Do you have any way of controlling how things get changed when they're given to you?
Crud does best, but Crud forever tainted. Crud not always Crud. Crud used to be solid, shiny. Now, Crud liquid, slimy.
That's like you do, Snurg. You two know each other?
No.
All
right. I would say I'm much more intelligible than Crud is.
Debatable, Snurg, debatable.
And then you see Crud like raise up, and he tries to like form into like that of a small crystal or like a ball shape, but it kind of all falls apart and slops back into the cauldron. He's trying to like show you what he was before, and he says, "I've got to choose to make pacts with the nameless one."
Nameless one?
Yes. And then Crud forever change.
Is there a way... You told us about this before, but we never really talked about... Do you know if there's a way to get you back the way you were? If that's something you even want?
Yes. Crud go back. Crud always changing. Many forms, like the formless one. To free, you must defeat faceless one.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be happening.
He seems to be calling him something different every time.
Yeah.
Nameless, formless, faceless.
Faceless, yeah.
And he actually seems to almost shudder when he says that. as if he thinks the idea is it's almost impossible thinking of that. Like thinking of the defeat of it, it's like
Mm-hmm.
not even possible in
Yeah.
his head.
And did we ever actually figure out what the nameless one was that he's talking about?
You can roll an Arcana check, but I'm going to say with disadvantage,
Can I
just because
take
of how
part of this as well?
anyone, just because of how obscure it really is.
Ooh,
Control
definitely.
click for
Yeah,
disadvantage?
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Did I roll that with... No, I didn't roll that with disadvantage. Control click did not work. Or I just suck.
That's
Oh.
all right. Just
Anyways,
give it
it's a
another
14.
roll.
A 14.
It's a 14. Okay. So there's lots of deities and gods that have multiple names and titles. The fact that this has no name, or at least the name is that it's nameless,
Mm-hmm.
kind of eludes your mind for a few moments, but you begin to start perhaps going through a process of elimination instead, and you definitely start ruling out any deities and gods that you've heard of. Sounds more like something dangerous and cunning, to be nameless, to be formless, constantly changing. Sounds something like it could be a shapeshifter or something with great power, definitely. But it doesn't speak of any angels, or at least definitely not any benevolent creatures. Um, the only other clues you can think of are, well, Brud itself. If apparently it passed on its curse to it, then perhaps Crud is some extra clue to that.
Yeah, this seems like something completely foreign to us. We haven't heard
Yeah.
of, other than Crud, that is the only connection to whatever. We haven't encountered anything that would suggest. Well, James probably knows he's probably more clever than me. But I can't think of anything that we've.
I definitely can't think of anything related to anything we've had in the hut so far. Like in terms of our characters.
Other than maybe that one room with the mouthing, gibbering mouthers or whatever mouths. They were kind of weird and like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, it sounds like you're onto something there.
This guy, of course, he's speaking as if it's a powerful thing with a title.
Entity.
He's definitely not here within the hut. And I'll let you know out of game that in order to cure Crud and rid the curse of all the things that he's created, it would be quite a long adventure. It's quite a long. That'd be like another module, effectively.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me. Yeah, like this is its own thing.
I was hoping he would say like, yes, defeat the witch, and I'll be back to normal, and I'll be your champion. But that's
This is our second.
Things are rarely that easy.
nice, Sergeant.
That's fine.
This is our second.
Campaign thing.
Yeah,
and
this
one
is
perhaps built for a higher level party as well, by the sound.
okay.
Because it doesn't sound like Crud
Smarter
even.
party.
Yeah, we're getting all these potential future. We had the compass as well as the Derek's Tower. All the potential futures of this. Cool.
Crud has been said he had many names as well, and of
Yeah.
those, they're hints and clues. You kind of came to the conclusion that Crud itself was a powerful artifact known as, at least in some circles, as the Philosopher's Stone. And,
that's what Adonis,
yeah, which is effectively the keystone to all transmutation magic. It's a catalyst that can unlock many powers and mysteries.
And she possesses this thing, eh?
And apparently, it's sitting here in Baba Yaga's quarters, but it don't look like no stone, and it definitely has some weird new properties cursed by the faceless one.
Let's put it to work then. I got item number 1, guys. The Castellan staff.
Yep.
No, or do you want to do your sickle first, Sarah Jane? Because you want to do the sickle.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna make the sickle with the feather whip.
All
Good
right,
choices.
let's do it. Let's do it.
That's the main one I want to do. So yeah, Daya's
And
gonna.
which sickle is this?
This is the. I
Plus
had
two?
my plus 2 sickle.
Yeah.
Plus
Cool.
the feather whip, so it should be able to whip around and work on at a distance, and on a bonus action, I should be able to move it around.
Tanner, come here in case something goes wrong. We need you on the front lines here to, keep things orderly.
You got it.
Plus two weapons. Yes. Good.
And
Rather.
Good soup.
Tickles. Okay, you
you
start
like that, huh?
swirling these two in, and it immediately just sloops over the feather, and you see it just submerge beneath. The sickle
Nice.
seems to stir around for a while.
Oh
Okay,
boy.
the whip as that. Okay, cool. Alright. So the whip beforehand was a weapon that had like +9 to hit,
You
a
had
D6
plus 9 to hit.
+5.
Yes. Does that mean it's plus 11 to hit?
Whoa, that would be.
Is it?
It would, effectively. I
Oh,
think
yes.
plus
Yeah. Okay.
9,
Good.
plus 9 is normally your... I mean, you've got already +10 to hit, believe it or not. So yeah, the whip is only just slightly better than your normal attacks, which is
Yeah.
still impressive. And as for the damage, the sickle is normally a less powerful weapon, as it's only like normally a D4.
Yeah.
But it will have +7 to the damage, which actually works out just ever so slightly more than up D6 +5.
So 1d6
Thing.
plus 7 damage.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know how to.
I think because you're changing it to a sickle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just checking. It is
Weren't
a
you trying to
D4,
get it
yeah.
so it could fly? Wasn't that your
Well, I mean
intention?
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
I wanted it to fly. Yeah, I mean that was the main thing. But if it's got +2, then it would make sense that the attacks have +2 as well.
Of course,
Or everything
yeah.
else. Yeah.
I would hope,
Mm.
yeah, or that'd be a pretty big downgrade. A +2 weapon is
Yeah.
quite potent.
The whip disappears after an hour, or you use an action to dismiss it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we will keep it as a D6, and we'll give it an extra 2 damage on top
Okay.
of that as well. So instead of a feathery whip, it is now a flying sickle that just swings around the air.
Cool.
And there is normally only fly to 20 feet. Just check the sickle. It's actually lighter. It's a light weapon, slashing damage. So yeah, it does force damage, doesn't it? Okay, cool. All right.
Not slashing damage.
It can do slashing or force damage as the whip.
Hmm.
Well, as a sickle, sorry. Not sure what more to do with this other than take the sickle and replace the feather.
Yeah, I was thinking of just making adjustments to the feather since that's. I don't know if I can edit this. I'm trying to edit the.
Oh yeah,
the
you should be able to if it's on your sheet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Do you want me to
word.
update it for you?
Yes, if you don't mind. I was
Alright.
trying to do this last session and was not getting anywhere. Can't figure out where to do what.
No worries. Let's just change your +2 sickle,
Okay.
and I'll edit the to hit on that. So it should be. I'll change the name, and we'll call it the Or what do you want to call it? It's up to you.
Ooh, the huh. feathersicle, the whipsicle, the...
The whipsicle.
Whipsicle. I like the idea of it like
I guess that's what it is. that sounds like a winner.
It's got a ring. It rolls off the tongue. The whipsicle. The whimsical whipsicle.
Here we go. I'll call it flying whipsicle just so we know exactly.
Oh yes, that's
Oh,
good. The flying whipsicle. That sounds very cool.
Let's just roll it onto the table and see how it works.
Flying
So it
whipsicle.
should
Whether
have
through demonic blessings, sealed bequeathment, crazy experiment, or skillful craft, which offense with hands to bring more bloodshed by the bearer.
Bonus attack damage rolls.
Okay, that's plus
Awesome.
13 to hit. That's a little bit too much. I gotta add that. Gotta just lower it a little bit.
Does it include her dex? Is that how it...
I'm using it on her dex as just it's easier to do the +9. So it's 9 plus 2. That should be 11.
Wow.
I'm just gonna make it attack roll bonus.
That thing's gonna be nutty.
Let's just check that works. Is that +11? That's
Jeez.
+11 now.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
That's a D6. I'm gonna change the damage as well, so it only does +7 instead of +8 there.
Cool.
So just change that to be that. Okay, cool. That's right now. It does +7. Cool. All right. Perfect. So yeah, you can have this fly around as a bonus action. Let me just check. Yeah, it does take an action to first throw it up.
Yeah,
But it lasts for an hour, so you feel free to do it before combat starts.
That's my plan. Is to bring it out before we go through the mirror.
What a cool fucking weapon. I'm just picturing this elven monk with this sickle flying around, and she's directing it still whack whack with the quarterstaff and having it like as like a parry to blow. Oh man, that's...
Hell yeah.
I want some art on that one. That's cool as hell.
Okay, sweet.
Anybody else want to go?
I'm just gonna roll something for Crud as well, because he's like churning it, and he's just gonna
negative properties.
spit it back out.
It's gonna have a little bit of a curse. Oh, Crud, this is awesome. This is awesome.
Oh, 13 is a bad number for curses.
He's like choking a little bit.
Crud, what are you doing? Come on!
There's something stuck in my throat.
Get it out!
I'm trying. It's like a globule.
Here, help him!
No.
What do you want me to do? Back it on whatever its back is?
Anything that's got a back near it is probably the clay golem, but as you kind of like go towards it or something, it definitely tries to interpose itself. Okay.
Don't hit me. Yeah.
Alright, here we go. I'd like you to roll a D100, Diana.
D100. 6. Is that good?
Unsure.
Yes, you say. Okay. Where is it?
Curses.
Okay. Okay, got it. Alright. That is odd, but that is not going to impair you too much. So, Rod even finally spits out this spinning flying sickle that is still dripping with a bit of gunk, and as it spins, it kind of like flicks it around into the room, and it splatters against surfaces. But it flies around and like ends next to your shoulder, effectively, ready to obey your command. And you never felt the attunement break to it either. It was just swirling around in there the whole time. And although, yeah, it's not even attunement to begin with, is it? That's the
No,
great thing
it's an
about this.
intimate weapon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
As it's flying around, Daya has heart eyes. She is just loving this. Oh crud!
You
It's so
can give
perfect.
me just a quick
That's awesome.
perception.
Look at that.
Look at this.
You can
Like
give
it
me
might
just a
be
quick perception check as well
okay.
as this stuff's kind of flicking around the room.
20.
Okay, 20. All right.
Not
Let's see.
not nat 20.
Yeah, you definitely smell something odd. Um, it's after a moment you see that the bits of sludge and crud, like that was crud, they do slightly dissolve into the floor, like it's almost acidic, and you just hear that kind of like slight sizzle on it. But it doesn't go all the way through the floor. It seems to burn up quite quick, and just leaves like a strange little stain on the floor. But
Is it damaging the weapon at all?
the weapon seems completely fine, as it's a +2 weapon. It's
Mm.
quite literally, like it says in the description, bequeathed and has a almost powerful blessing on it. But there's, I guess, what else? Have you got anything on you that's fury? Oh yeah, you got the Iron Center protection, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the Iron Center protection is normally spinning around your head, or at least on your person nearby. You notice that the scythe kind of comes closer towards it. It's almost like the gem slightly dulls a little bit, almost like it loses a bit of its luster and sheen.
Hmm. Okay. Don't love that.
You
Uh,
can see if it works still though. The Ironstone is only an action to like throw it up, and then
doesn't it just circle? It doesn't do anything. It's just an AC. It just adds to my AC, doesn't it?
it does. But it's an orb. It's basically a gem that flies around your head.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it'd be. But
I
it
don't know
seems
how it.
like it still works.
Yeah,
If you just throw it up into the air, it still spins around your head and orbits you.
yeah.
And when it moves away from the sickle, you do see the gem kind of regain that sheen. And then as it circles back around towards it, it loses it again.
Huh.
It is a little odd.
That is a little
It,
odd and a
it's
little
only
worrying.
happened with the Iron Stone.
The Ironstone. Okay. The Iron.
Keep away
Um,
from each other, I think.
God of knowledge and prophecy. Blah 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 blah. Yeah.
it is odd.
All right.
Uh,
I don't know. I don't. It's not radiant or anything. I'm gonna throw the whipsicle near Tanner and see if. Hey Tanner,
okay.
does this feel weird to you?
Wow!
All right.
Hey, careful, Daya!
Okay, let's see what you got on you, Tanner. Oh. Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay. As the scythe flies around and spins through you, you hear a crack come from one of your belongings,
What?
like
Ah,
something in your bag. You just heard like an audible like glass breaking.
Oh no. Oh
I
no.
will
Oh no. I'm
check my
sorry. I'm
bag.
sorry.
You look into your bag. It doesn't take long before you find out what delicate object has potentially cracked.
Not
As
the
you pull
rose.
out
Power.
Not the rose, please.
Scroll of
Oh.
power.
it is not the rose. It is your gemstone. It is a. Oh, I don't even know if you've got this on your person or not. It might have been from the
Gemstone?
Horde. Aquamarine?
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck, my 1,000 gold piece aquamarine.
Yeah, there's a long crack down the middle of it.
Not worth 1,000 anymore.
Nope, it's actually been cut directly in half.
Oh,
I'll just
crap.
kind of like hold up the gemstone, like, what exactly was that?
Shit,
Okay.
we needed that!
That's a weird thing. That. Okay.
Let me see it, Tanner. I'll try to cast Mending on it. See if I can quickly fix it.
Mending? Okay, yeah, you know what? Mending will work on that. It's only a small crack. If you have the time to quickly cast it before the any more damage is done, the scythe kind of like flicks away and then you repair the crack in there. But yes, it's pretty obvious to you now. This sickle seems to have Well, it seems to have a minor detrimental property where if it comes near gems or jewelry, it seems to damage it, cracking it, breaking it, effectively reducing its value by half.
We could use it against Elena's necklace. Okay. All right. Well, all right.
Oh, interesting.
Well, that's definitely good to know, Tanner. I'm so sorry. I will put away the whip until yep, and I will
Well,
The,
keep
fine.
it. Yeah.
the other
Sorry.
thing, okay, so you do notice it doesn't seem to crack the eye in the stone. It just seems to have like a dulling effect. So although the ironstone is a jewel or a gem, it's not breaking it because it's magical. So there's that to think
Okay.
about.
Right.
So it
But
may
selling
not
the
work
necklace's
on.
power. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Try to keep those
But
two things away from each other. Just
yeah, I'm gonna have to
don't.
remember to keep it flying at least a couple of feet away, at least 10
Yeah,
feet away from
you
me.
don't
Yep.
want to find out what goes wrong there.
Oops. Sorry.
Come on, Crud. I told you focus.
Oops.
Here, maybe.
No, Cred, that was awesome. I mean, we knew that it's not a perfect weapon, but it's great. It's useful. You did good.
Forgive his failure, Staya. He can do better.
No. What's next?
All right, so we got the cloud key, guys. I know James wanted to do the whisper feather with the what did he want to do? Whisper feather with a movable rod, I think, was one of his. And I know he's not at the table, so I'd like to get something done for him as a favor. I think he really wanted. He figured that would be a good way for us to get the skull down in the fight against the Baba Yaga. So
Oh yeah. Okay.
do we want to do that? He also had those two belts that he was the two belts that belts of transposing or whatever
The ones that
that
I
he was
Yep.
that he was meddling with. So I'm not sure if he had anything. Chris, maybe he said something to you.
He didn't, but I can come up with something for him.
something like the belt and the whisper feathers.
Yeah.
Right. So the bell and the whisper feathers will merge together to basically create, well, you'd assume something like communication over long distances, so long as you're wearing a belt.
Yeah.
um,
But the only
the
problem is
belt
the
is
whisper
attunement.
feathers aren't attunement.
It does allow you to swap places with one another. Um, I would laugh if you put an immovable paperweight with with the belt, because then you could swap someone into an immovable belt, and then they're stuck. That'd be weird. But then it'd be kind of like a saving throw involved in that. I think he probably wants to do the feathers and the belts because that's really fun utility. Even if it doesn't get used in the fight, that's at least something cool because you can then tell your person who you want to swap with that they're ready to swap. You can basically communicate with the other person with the belt.
That's pretty cool.
They work
I,
like it work like sending stones, but on a belt.
let's do that then. We'll put the two belts with the what's better for James. I think he'd like that.
Okay. Sure. This one's easy. Okay. One feather and one belt at a time.
You take care of this one, Aradonis. This is your expertise.
Right. Okay, so he merges them together, and instead of a thinking, say instead of a belt, they become like a headband. Then they can like telepathically communicate with one another.
Interesting.
So I do like the belt. The idea when you get swapped, it like pulls you together. Like it gets tighter and tighter until you like basically pop. Um, yeah, that's how the belts normally work. But maybe it's just got a whispery feather design on the belt itself. Yeah, maybe the belt buckle itself is a feather. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll real quick for this one. Oh my god, 13 again. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Cool. Alright. So this one works no problem. He spits out the belt, and it's got a nice, cool new feather buckle on it. And yeah, it works just how I described it earlier. He goes, yeah, you can talk and teleport from to and from one another. And as soon as the belt kind of flops to the ground, Snurg looks at it and goes, ah, ugh, it's kind of creepy. I don't like it. Snurg hides behind the curtain.
Like,
No one else sees anything creepy about it but Snurg.
okay. What implements do we have left, Sarah Jane or Cam? Because those could be very useful
We have
for
the
this.
implement of
We have-
ferocity.
I have
The implement of malice, I think, exploded.
the
Yeah.
implement
So
of
the only
combustion.
one, yeah, the implement of ferocity, which I think, hang on, get the description. It's a beast made with scythe-like appendages. Operation causes the beast to roar with transmutation magic and provides advantage on saving throws, and it means that you can't be paralyzed.
I'm just gonna roll that. I'm just gonna. Sorry. If you click on your character sheet and click on the dice roll, you can put it in the chat so we can see. It allows the creature not to be paralyzed. Oh, it says like a free action. I'm thinking of what we could do with this implement of examination is we could combine it with, there's something called a dread helm, and it maybe would
Yeah.
allow us to create a helmet of true seeing.
Cool. Well,
There's a common item called a dread helm,
oh, I know, yeah. It
helm of
normally just makes
dread.
your eyes glow.
Yeah,
That's
but
pretty
if we
cool.
could maybe combine it with just some hood or helmet or something that we have, maybe for you, Tanner, you could have true seeing, Cam, if you wanted to put your helmet. Are you is Tanner wearing a helmet? I don't even think he is.
No,
Shit.
Not normally.
We could create headgear of true seeing, maybe.
he doesn't really wear a helmet per se.
Yeah,
I might have told you about like traditional dress, but that would be about it.
Okay. Yeah, none of us wear. I guess Daya. Daya, you want true seeing? It'd be pretty cool. You could see things for what they are. Be quite the elven
Where
power.
where would the true seeing feature come from, though? Like,
So there's this helmet called. It's one of the common items. It's called a Helm of Dread. Where I had it loaded up here. It basically it's a common magic item, Sir Gene. You put it on and your eyes glow red. It's really just a cosmetic. I don't even know what it has much purpose. But if we combine it with the implement of examination, perhaps we could make it so that it would just infer its power into this Helm of Dread.
This is what the Helm of Dread looks like, by the way.
ooh,
Oh my god. You want to wear that thing into battle camp?
Well, considering he's wearing adamantine armor,
Why
which
does
is
that
also
look like Maid Marian
also
armor?
black.
Did you ever play that old MMO?
That looks pretty wild and badass.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look that up
Yeah.
now. It's like
And
Legends of Sherwood.
spoiler alert, you might meet
Okay.
this guy next campaign.
Oh wow.
all right.
And we had the implement of ferocity, which yeah,
Advantage on strength and
free
dexterity checks,
action.
saving throws.
Free action, which is an incredibly powerful spell. So that's really good. You can like run through spider webs. Suck it, Snurg. Yeah, and then another. You got that cloud key. I'm gonna try. You know, if this all works out, we don't really need that cloud key anymore, do we? I wouldn't mind trying a little something.
Do you have a specific idea in mind? I'm not
Well,
going to throw it away just for anything.
Of course. No, I would never do something so foolish, Jaya. But I'm thinking, Tarek.
Oh, what is that?
That's
Sherwood.
a very old MMO. A very old MMO.
What the? Is that EverQuest?
No, that's Sherwood Forest, Maid Marian.
Okay. Oh my
That is
god.
exactly the same time.
Oh, that's what it looks like. Yeah, totally. Wow.
It
Good poll,
looks like
Cam.
that's what Batman's helmet should actually look like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zoologically accurate.
I am the knight.
Arizona says, well, you wanted to put something with the Castellan staff, didn't you?
Yeah.
But the
That too, yes. But
Cloud
you know what?
King and the Castellan staff?
Why would I do that? No, I was hoping to,
Because the Castellan staff makes walls of stone, right?
right.
And you need a door for the Cloud King to work on.
They're horrible there.
You could make your own door for the Cloud King.
But that would also mean that anytime you're using the Castellan staff to make walls, you're creating a door to the
You want to visit Terry once
to
this
the
thing's
hut
done.
every time. I know.
I thought I'd just take a trip to Terry's Tower and combine it with this
I'm not
compass here.
convinced that there's. I haven't heard any good reasons to use the Cloud Key yet. I will say that.
Okay, well, this is my reason. I have this compass, right? This
Yeah.
thematic compass. It's got a little bit of an incantation, and it points towards where the Terry told us to visit. So if we merge it with the Cloud Key after we're done this, I was hoping to pay him a visit and see what I could learn. He seems finally a bit more cooperative.
The hut, it would take us to
Would
Terry.
take us to Terry's Tower, I would think. Yes.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can
Why didn't you
create
say
a.
so?
Well, I was there. I was interrupted me.
All right.
Okay. All right. You want to give this a go?
If you're okay with it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't interrupt me again, Adonis. This is really important. I have to do a lot of thinking here.
If Daya gives me the cloud key, I'll toss. Which one goes first? The item that's being transmuted or the item that's being infused?
Just chuck him into the. He says
Yeah,
like, same time.
Yeah, I'll do as
All right.
instructed and see if I can.
He swallows both, and with a big gulp, you hear them actually kind of like land at the bottom of the cauldron, and then clattering around in there. And for that amount of clattering, you hope that they're not getting damaged or anything. But the clattering suddenly stops, and you see him beginning to regurgitate it.
What? Now focus. Focus. Pay attention what you're doing.
Wow, what is this? 3
Shit.
13s in a row. That is mental.
Because
Oh, fantastic. Okay, this one's not really a detrimental effect. In fact, nothing at all. Um, so it spits out this this large key. It's larger than the cloud key, but where the handle for it was, that circular part on the handle, that is now a compass at the end of the key. And if you open up that, the key suddenly retracts into the compass, and the pointer on the compass becomes a key. Instead, it's very bizarre, but it looks really cool when you see it flick between the two.
Success.
I'll quickly run over to. Oops, didn't mean not to go through that door.
Runs through the door.
Oh shit! Sorry, I did not want to do that.
Okay.
How do I get back? How do I get back? Get back! There we go.
See,
I will just test on the door and see what happens. Without walking through.
sure. Okay, cool. I don't have the scene on this game, but I do have the scene on the other one. You insert the lock, and you hear a great amount of cogs clicking into place. Not tumblers, but like actual clocks, like ticking and cracking. And
Oh, cool.
suddenly, you feel the door shudder, and you pull the key back out, and you can see torchlight coming through the keyhole.
I'll smile. You guys see Ember with one of the biggest smiles you've ever seen on his face of satisfaction.
This is incredible.
And I'll just pocket the key.
Thank you, Diane. Very, very kind. Thank you. I hope to learn a lot from Terrig. You go ahead if you want. Maybe after we're done.
Eridanus is curious. He runs over and opens the door and peers inside. And
Careful, Eridanus.
yeah, he opens it into a circular chamber. There is a strange puzzle-like mosaic on the floor, and 4 pedestals set in each corner of the room. And he looks around, kind of like a little bit confused as to what this room is. There's no other obvious doors or windows in this room, but he kind of like, before he takes a step forward, he can notice there is small like gaps in between each tile on the mosaic.
Nice. Cool.
He's like, okay, that is very peculiar. He kind of like goes to gingerly step on one, and he can realize all of these tiles on the mosaic are actually like pressure plates. And he's like, I better not mess with all of that.
We didn't do that, Eridanus. Wizard's Tower. From what I learned about them in the academy, they are all quite well protected from people that shouldn't be there. Of course, if I were to go there, he'd be more than happy to see me. Maybe in the future.
Sometimes I wish there was a way to get your miraculous self-confidence. Like, is that a spell? Is that a...
You can't just get it. I'm born with it. I'm hashtag blessed. It's all in the ancestry, some people have it and some people don't.
Well, yeah.
But Daya, you're a hero amongst elves. Start believing in yourself a little bit. You got this.
Oh, I'm not worried. I just, the sheer reckless bravery is quite something.
Sure.
Anyway, yeah. So
Reckless? Come on now. This is all calculated, Daya. I've got everything figured out.
There's a sudden flash of light. It's a kind of reddish hue, and it seems to be coming from the door that Eridanus is still peering through. He does freak out because it is like red and ominous, but it begins to coalesce into a circular portal, and through it you suddenly see a individual striding out. Although they're absolutely none the wiser, their head is down deep in a book as they're going from one side of the chamber to the other. Their large brimmed hat is very wizard-like. He's kind of got like a gruff kind of goatee. It definitely isn't Terrig, that's for sure.
Not Terrig, though. Oh. Some other wizard?
There he is. Yeah, this guy.
You mean alternate timeline Terrig?
It's this guy. He's got a really wide-brimmed wizard hat, a little feather sticking out of it.
Look at that staff.
And yeah, he's just... I know, yeah. His staff is actually quite obviously a sending stone on the top of it as well. Kind of got like a face in it. And as he's just kind of going from one side to the other, he's just like deep in this book. And suddenly he waves his hand in the air, and you see another portal open up, this time yellow. And he just crosses over and whoop, straight into the other side.
Terrig apprentice, maybe?
He does look like a sort of an apprentice. He does have kind of like this more unkempt, scruffy look about him than a normal wizard would hold themselves.
Nice.
Interesting.
And
how you hold out there? Fred, you want to chew on some platinum?
A little tired, but I can do another.
You hungry?
I have something else I'd like to try if nobody, unless someone else has an idea they want to go first.
Oh, well, Cam, you got anything going on?
What to put in?
Yeah.
I don't
You get the implements. Grizz has the implement of examination. Should you want to use that? Grizz might have something else. He had some holy water. I don't know if that's even magical.
Eridanos closes the door after a few moments,
Yeah,
and
that's
you see that
probably
the
safe.
door changes back into its normal door, effectively. And also, Hilda's, for no reason other than because I will it, you change suddenly in appearance into that of your water genasi form that you saw in the other timeline.
Wait, why?
Because I
What the?
and Crud goes, oh,
No. I do not. Oh
you
my.
do.
Oh,
You
weird
change.
things
You can
going
still
on?
feel the heat coming from Helidus, by the way. You might want to look at a mirror.
What?
Wait, why is he going weird? That's not
No,
supposed to happen.
it's the curse. It's the curse of the faceless one.
But he's not cursed. I mean, I
Oh,
don't...
no,
Is
it
he?
is not. But the item is,
Yeah.
Run over to the mirror.
you
Look
look
at
into the
it.
mirror and your form changes again. This time into that of Natasha's.
What the fuck
What
is
the
going
what?
on? Do I look like that to my party? Does Daya, Tanner, Grizz?
Yeah, everyone sees that. And every
That's
time that happens, it's this point you hear a slight ticking, clicking noise coming from the compass.
If I pull it out and drop it, do I revert to my normal form? Like
Yeah,
leave it on the
you
ground?
do. You suddenly revert straight back to Helidus.
Well, that was
This
weird.
thing changes my illusions or something? All right, guys, just know that I'm still me.
I'll pick it back up and put it back in my pouch.
You
Okay,
change into smoke momentarily as you
so
pick
the
it back
cursed
up.
aspect of that thing is that it makes you look weird. I mean,
It
you know.
makes you look however I decide anytime.
Oh my
So long
god.
as it's on your person, I can basically change Helidus's appearance at will.
Interesting.
And think of it less as me choosing and more of like the faceless one is choosing.
Oh fuck that.
The
Okay.
formless one. And that's actually one of the more fitting curses to have on the item because
Yeah.
of course it is a formless one. He has infinite form.
Oh, yeah.
But
I
for
see.
Oh
now
boy.
you revert back to Helidus. But it can
This
at
is
any
going to
time it
be
can change.
difficult to deal with, but
Yeah.
Okay, Tanner, did you have a thing you wanted to throw in?
Get in on this, Cam. It's fun.
I do, but I don't want to
I got
lose
Cincinnati rods, Cam.
I
I got
do.
4 of them.
I don't want to lose the one thing that I want to do is the shield and the rose, but I don't want to lose either of them, and I don't want to fuck them.
Yeah, then
Fair enough. We have
Um,
other shields. We have a
nothing
cloak of
is
healing.
ever
We've got
lost.
an amulet of clockwork. We've got a spell of contagion. We've got a wand of scowls, an instrument of illusion.
take that armor off. Let's put that adamantine armor of yours, Cambo. We can fuse it with Sensidian rods and see what that can do to it. Or we can even throw a +1 arrow in there to perhaps take a bit of its magic. I don't know if Crud would do 3. Ideally, would do 3 items, so maybe just the
Crud,
armor and the Sensidian rods, or the armor and the
Sensidian
+1
rock.
arrow. Maybe.
Crud does speak up and says, nothing is ever lost. Merely changed. Such is the law of transmutation.
Well, that's the thing. It's not what the item does, but it's more the sentimental value.
Fair. You don't have to.
there's no sentiments if we're all dead. Come on now. It's going to be okay, I promise. I'm your friend. I've never let you down.
Enough is said on that matter. Uh,
We're doing this for the good of Raziel. Think of how proud of you he'll be. So what if some dead Fey dragon? No big deal. Sorry, Eridanos. a beautiful rose, I do agree, but think how much nicer it would be if it didn't look so cold and frosty.
Down to the
that's
question.
no dragon. That's the queen of winter.
Yeah.
I'm curious on your idea in terms of the adamantine armor and something. Do we have a list of the items?
Of the common items or the other what items?
But
there, Campbell.
no.
If you
Oh Jesus.
go, search it by common. You can scroll down. Common ones, I'm going to give you much. If there are any common, they're there to just sort of experiment with and have fun.
So all of these items are here.
Why don't we do the armor of ferocity with, or the implement of ferocity with the adamantine armor, and Cam, then you have armor free action, which is fucking awesome.
That'd be quite cool.
You'd be unstoppable.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll give it a go.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's gonna be hard. This is a big one. Alright, jump it in.
Open wide. Fucking Tanner stripping off to his skivvies.
You can hear him like struggling to like contain the whole set of armor inside. It takes like several minutes to dump it and just each piece in.
Has it always been this cold in this chamber?
Oh no, that'd be the Tesseract.
Ah. Well, be quick, Richard.
I'll use create bonfire to I don't have that spell, do I? Never mind. I'll produce flame and try to warm you up a little bit. Just be a little close and
Tanner's just covering his dignity.
It's okay, Tanner. Greater good, remember?
About your eyes.
Wait, are you naked under your armor? I think you don't have some
Well,
undershirt.
Well,
he's
a high elf, so anything that isn't his dress is going to be the equivalent of.
Okay, I rolled a bad.
I will just say the chafe.
Give me a D100, Tanner.
D100, gotcha.
Yes, please.
rolled a bad. I don't like a bad.
Oh, really? Okay.
33.
I will match your 3.
Lucky threes. Lucky threes. 3 is a powerful number in this campaign.
Okay. So that's interesting.
Oh boy.
What the? Right. So the armor is fusing together with this implement of ferocity, and the only way I can think of how it visually would look is the armor mostly stays a kind of similar color, although perhaps just gets a little bit more golden in color. I'm pretty sure that was what the implement of ferocity looks like. Where is the image? I've got it on here, in fact. Where is it? Implement of... There it is. Okay. It's in the journal. There it is. Yeah, this. So your armor is kind of like a darker color of that, I'd imagine. It's still mostly kind of adamantine black. It's kind of got these shades and trim of that color. And I imagine the helmet itself would, it forms into that of a helmet as well, should you wish it. And the helmet would look something draconic like that head, or more like bestial, in fact. That's less draconic and more like a hound's head, if anything. And the visor like lifts up, so you can just see straight through the teeth.
Nice.
Cool.
The armor itself will still retain its. Oh, actually, I could see. Crud says, I noticed there's a weird enchantment on here. You want me to mix that up.
Is it going to
He's
make it
talking
better
about
or?
the resistance to poison.
Oh, yeah. In fact, that would be a good idea if you could.
I can't guarantee what it'll be, but
Uh,
I'll swirl it around.
shit.
Hmm? What's up?
Oh, I'm just nervous. Alan is
Oh,
just nervous.
okay.
He's gonna offer you a reroll on the table.
Ooh.
Yeah, fuck it,
nice.
I'll give it a go.
Okay.
Better
The
resistance type.
last time you rolled a 7. Go ahead, roll again, another D10.
Come on, necrotic.
D.
6, 6, 6, 6. The number of the beast.
D10. 2. Cold
Okay.
Cold is
damage.
nice. Cold is nice.
I'll take that.
The Tesseract is very cold, so it might be useful. And now you've got fire and cold resist.
Cold.
Yeah, which is quite a cool combo. So
Good for you, Cam.
let's change that on your sheet real quick.
You got the bracers, right, Cambo?
I do, yes.
Nice.
There we go. Resistant to fire and cold. Very cool combo. Okay, and
Nice.
lastly, the detrimental effect is it's more than just a minor one. I've rolled on the major one because you rolled a 3, and well, the armor comes out no problem. You're able to fit it back on, wearing it. You feel like the elements are repelled from you, both from the cold and the heat now. So yeah, you can walk through fire and terrible elements like that. But Crud says, as for the other stuff, the bad stuff, not quite sure.
Oh boy.
Not
Great.
sure. You're just not telling us.
I didn't know with the other things. I was sort of revealed.
Right. Sure.
I don't know, Tanner, do you feel different? Does it...
Well, I need to put it on first. About your eyes, both of you. Yeah, so Tanner will get into his armor, and considering it came with a helmet, he's going to try it on. So he just puts on this hound head, closes top shut. Well, how's it look?
Fit for a king, Tanner. Or a king's guard, if you will.
Looks pretty good. I mean, it suits you.
Not too sure
Very
about the
imposing,
helmet,
Tanner.
It is, yeah.
but do I
You don't
feel
have to wear it all the time.
How does
Hey,
it feel?
yo, what are you
Do you
trying
feel
to
scary?
say? Scary is one way to put it.
I think Raziel would be quite impressed.
He kind of like takes the helmet off and is like, I'm not too sure about this, but he like slings it on his bag, so there's just the head at his side.
You're here. It looks like you've killed a metal guard drake.
Cool.
Do
Well,
I feel anything different in the armor?
Don't actually. You feel like it fits like a glove though. Better than the adamantine did before. It's like Crud measured you up or something. But
I'm gonna
no
quickly try and
detrimental effects yet. No.
I'm just gonna quickly try and take like one of the gauntlets off.
Okay. The gauntlet comes off, no problem.
Okay,
And
no
you can
worries.
fit it back.
Wonderful.
Doesn't seem to be glued to your body or anything
That's
like
good.
that.
That was what I was worried about.
Also, you can tell there's an innate magical power ready to be unleashed in it, like a beast that wants to be uncaged. And you just feel that in. So as you like release the gauntlet, perhaps there is just a flex in the gauntlet's grip, like their claws. In fact, yeah, that's probably what the gauntlets do look like. They do look like more like paws with gnarly looking claws on the end of it.
I'm
Oh my
picturing
God.
kind of like Black Panther kind of dealio
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on
I
there.
guess.
Does
But
it
Yeah,
still
that's
give
good.
the
Yeah.
effects where he gets advantage on throws, on saving throws? Like, is
That
that
doesn't
fully...
feel like it's active, but it feels like it's ready there to be unleashed at a moment's notice.
That
So,
would be a useful thing to put in before we go down.
that'd be very cool.
Yep.
yeah.
I think it's
So,
strength and dex you get advantage on.
Yeah, to free out, and plus you got that shield master feat as well, Cam. So you're gonna be a wall of a paladin, man. You're gonna
I
be
hope.
protector of legend,
Hmm.
protector pally of legend.
so
I've got one more that I just kind of cooked up right now. It came to me. As a group, we've been struggling with illusions and ethereal planes and whatever,
And
I got this
flying.
Castellan. Yeah, that too. I got this Castellan staff. I mean, Daya kind of took care of that with her flying sickles. Now she'll be able to chase down aerial foes. But with this Castellan staff, guys, how about this? So it has 10 charges where it creates 10-foot cubes, one per charge of stone, right? That's what it does. If we combine it with the implement of examination, which Chris has, and I'm sure we can convince him to give it, maybe not, who knows. Maybe we can use it to create 10-foot cubes of true seeing. So maybe like a cube that would disable in within its radius all illusions and bullshittery that is taking place.
Okay.
if you want to, yeah, and I better not chuck it. So yeah, Chris comes over and hands it
Yeah,
to you.
thanks, Chris.
What do you guys think about that? Like a Castellan staff becomes like a divine staff or something that I don't know. Oh, staff of true seeing. I just
That'd be
really
quite
want
cool.
to. I'm really thinking of trying to get away where we can benefit from a web an item
The
that
Castellan
gives us
staff is
true
so
seeing.
useful as it is, though.
I know, but it's
But
useless
you're not wrong.
currently
What about
in
true seeing
immediate.
with um
My problem is this, Jane.
with something wearable? Okay, so
I
we
have
have
3
the cloak of
attunement items.
billowing, and we have the hat of disguise.
Oh, we've had disguise.
Yeah.
That could be
So
creating a
both
hat
of
of true
those have to
seeing.
do with illusion
Yeah,
magic. We also have the instrument of illusions.
yeah.
So
I
anything that has to do with illusions, we can make them into being them of true seeing.
hear me out here, Sir Jane. I have 3
Yeah.
attunement slots, one
Yeah.
of which is being not used because it's
Okay.
wasted. I
Yeah.
have 2 staffs. I can't carry 2 fucking weapons, and this Castellan staff, I've exhausted it. I exhausted it with the showdown with the fire elemental. We haven't really had the time period to even recharge its charges. So
Okay.
it's functionally defunct for us
Right.
in the coming encounters. And so I'd really like to have 3 items attuned to Helidus
Okay.
going forward. So that's why I'm trying to think of ways to rectify that.
Yeah.
Whether or not I really want to create a robe for him, because all good wizards and mages and sorcerers should have a cool robe. And
Indeed.
I don't have a cool robe or poncho like my fire pont, but I don't know. I mulled over it for a week and I could not really come up with nothing. So this Castellan staff is what we have at our disposal, anyways. That's why I know what you mean. It is a powerful item, but it's functionally devoid of any value right now to us immediately. And if we're dead, then we're dead.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I
if
just
we create
uh,
something new, we should get its charges back, right? That's what I'm
Yeah.
hoping, so that
yeah,
it can
but
then be
I
used.
mean, like 10-foot cubes of true seeing. I'm not sure how we would be using those.
To dispel trickery, to see into ethereal. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's.
Quick question while we're pondering on this one. Do we? Did I hear correct that we had an irremovable rod?
We do, yes.
We do.
Adonis does.
Jessica Decker, irremovable rod, irremovable javelins.
Oh my
Ooh.
god. That would be good, Sarah Jane. Like you said, dealing with
That would be good.
aerial threats.
Aerial threats, yeah. I mean, the javelin's already good for aerial threats, for distance and stuff, but
Oh my
that would
God.
definitely cause some issues.
For our enemies, yes.
Oh my god, just imagine that, like, throw a javelin, it impales, and then all of a sudden just gets stuck in time.
And then the
Oh,
person who is impaled would not be able to move. Like,
yeah.
would have to just, that would hurt. I like that a lot.
Ruthless.
But it's either that or as soon as you let go, it just gets stuck in midair.
Oh, and then floating around would just become the complete hazard of, like...
So not gonna lie, I don't know if I got any more in me, but I can try it.
This might be
Oh,
it
that's a
then.
bad sign.
The other thing that we have the Rod of the Scarecrow and the Dream Saber. Those were the two that I really wanted to combine because it would give us an additional attacker, basically. Like, we could summon the Scarecrow, who could then attack with Dream Sabers, and it would be just an extra creature on our side with an attack. And it might be small, like they might not be terribly powerful attacks, but you know, the death by 1,000 cuts type thing. So the Rod of the Scarecrow, you can summon a Scarecrow, which uses 2 attacks, which deals +3 to hit and d4 +1 slashing damage, and so that's already like an extra attack. Plus, we use the Dream Saber to add psychic damage to that. So it's just I don't know. That was the other thing that I really wanted to do.
Something for me to attune to?
It is the Dream Saber is attunable, yeah. So you could use that.
That'd be kind of cool to have a saber on Helidus. It kind of
like
might fit his look.
If you wanted to take the Dream Saber, you could have that because it does 1d4 psychic damage
with swords.
Yeah.
1d4. Is it?
Yeah.
Doesn't.
An extra. Sorry.
Extra. Okay.
It's a +1 to damage rolls, but you get an extra d4 psychic.
Interesting.
If you
No,
it's a weapon.
You can do it with Crud. It'd probably be our last.
Yeah, if we only have one more, I mean, that was one thing that I really wanted to do. And unless you know what you wanted to do with the Castellan staff, I think, I think you're grasping at straws with it. We haven't really had any good ideas.
All right, that's fair. Then.
I'm absolutely willing to negotiate on this, but.
No, go with the Dream Saber. That'd be pretty cool. The Scarecrow. You've I think you're onto something here. So.
Yeah. Cam.
It gives us another ally in combat, right? We can summon
Exactly.
that guy and let him do whatever he does.
Like in terms of an ally in combat, having a guy having an extra guy making an attack is going to be helpful.
That would be
no matter how you slice it.
And they're magical weapons.
Yeah, and they're things I don't mind losing since we only just got them, so there's no sentimental value.
All right, last one.
Okay, Fred, I'm trusting you with this.
All right, you hear him straining as he's beginning to chew. You know when you've like had too much to eat and you just continue like chewing the last bit and you don't want to even swallow it. You just want to spit it back out. It's tough going for him. I'm gonna roll with disadvantage for this, just because he's a little bit tired. Okay. He does cough it out.
Oh gosh.
And well, the Dream Saver is not just he's holding it. Both of his arms have the same design, and they go up his arms. They're not just replacing his hands. They replace the entire arm, so that he's got like these 2 blade arms instead of just holding a sword. the scarecrow itself also has changed color as well. Like I guess it comes out as a full scarecrow, but it's normally just a rod, right?
Yeah.
So you see him like effectively. What will happen is it'll be summoned for just a brief moment, just so you can see the appearance, and then it will be pulled back in. But the cloth from the scarecrow is now coloured the same kind of night blue as the sabers as well. Yeah, where's the image of that dream saber? I'll find it because it is pretty badass. Oh yeah, yeah,
It was in
from
the
Griffin
Griffin
saddlebag.
saddlebag. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. So now, if you just imagine like a scarecrow, but his arms have just been replaced with those long blades.
Oh, amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
With a little bit of the purple smoke too. The purple
yeah,
flame
like
smoke.
yeah, definitely billowing from like underneath his kind of cloth, like attire. So instead of
Yeah.
hay, it's like a smoke coming out of his cloth.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, in fact, mm, it would be hard to find something that even looks similar to that,
I
but
don't think the image exists.
no, I'd be crazy if I could find that. But yeah,
Pretty
he
cool.
then suddenly pulls back and into the rod, and the rod now has the hilt of the saber itself.
Cool.
Okay, and at that point, you see Crud is melted back down into almost like a still puddle, whereas before he's like rising up and out of it. Now he's just a face on the surface of the cauldron, just sort of like rippling there, like.
Hey, you okay, buddy?
Crud, Crud, go sleepy.
Thank you. Yeah. Do you want like a snack or anything? Or should we just be quiet?
Platinum.
What do you say?
I think he said he
Platinum?
wanted to do a platinum, Helidus.
Yeah,
Oh, this.
fair is fair. You did good work.
I'll pull out one of my 4 remaining platinum bars and chuck it in there.
Cool. Yeah, it sits on the
Taste.
surface for a moment, and you suddenly see the platinum just melt. Not from extreme heat, as if something just changed the properties from a solid into a liquid.
How's that taste, big guy?
All
All right. Should we emerge victorious, you'll be remembered for your contributions. And you there, you might want to take our friend here somewhere else. I don't think this Jaber's going to be around for much longer.
The plague golem stands up, lifting the cauldron almost onto its shoulder. Like yeah, like it's almost like a chalice of water or something.
Yes.
And Eridana says, there was one more idea that we discussed, but we didn't go ahead with. That was the idea of putting the Tesseract in this thing.
Well, we don't have the Tesseract.
We
Have a
don't,
test, right?
nor can we move it.
It would be impossible because we are in the Tesseract, but not at the same time. So how would you put something inside of itself? That really makes no sense.
Sure. It would probably break everything that we know, but if we
Maybe
are
next time.
thinking about last resorts, that's one possible avenue.
Well, I
So,
mean, if you want a way to mess up basically everything, that would be it. If I'm going to call that a last resort, but it's not. It's not the craziest thing.
well, my plan is definitely to stop the
Yeah.
ritual. I definitely want to do that.
Yes.
If the Tesseract is part of that, messing up the Tesseract might just stop it.
You have to put 2 things. You put a Tesseract and something else. Maybe the Tesseract and the Dream Saber would put the whole thing to sleep, but that's already been scarecrowed.
Tesseract
Also, it
and
might not even work. You see him shrug. After all, Crud said that he doesn't seem to be able to change artifacts of significant great power. I was just wondering
That's
what
true.
might happen. Though we can't move the Tesseract, it's obvious we can definitely move Crud.
Yes.
Crud, would you want to come with us to, see what happens at least? Could be fun.
You hear him kind of like burbling for a moment.
Didn't think so.
Crud never tried Tesseract.
Something new.
Something new. Something I can change. Maybe.
Infinite change.
Or
Never.
maybe it will change me.
Is that a good idea? Maybe it will.
Crud doesn't seem to have the what's the word?
Wherewithal to make
The motivation or like goals and bonds as a normal person would. He just wants to change things, whatever it is. He just likes to change. That's what he is all about. That is him as a sentient creature. He's the embodiment of change and transmutation. So he doesn't
Right.
seem adverse to the idea, as long as he gets to do something. But Crud is very tired. Maybe afterwards. Oh,
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Crud does suddenly will the clay golem to lift it up, and it does approach the door, and sort of just stands there.
Okay. Well.
I say the door.
Bye,
Yeah.
Crud. Thank you. We'll.
Are we all ready to
We'll think
set
of
off?
you. Yes. Let's. Okay. Preparations. I pull out the feather whip, or the whipsicle, and I hold it 20 feet above my head, so that it won't break anything.
Sure.
Let's do the implement of ferocity to give somebody advantage on throws. Or I guess does it only give? Maybe it only gives Tanner advantage on saving throws.
Yeah, it's only Tanner.
Okay.
It's attuned to him. Can only be used on him.
Yeah. Okay.
One last thing. If you do want to do that, Tanner, do let me know.
Okay.
Because it lasts 10 minutes.
I might do it before we go.
Well, you got anything you're unattuned to that could be useful for me?
I don't know. I
Okay.
don't believe, apart from the belt.
I don't know if James does or not. I'm not sure.
Yeah, apart from the
Paradonis
belt
does or
and
not.
rose, but
Okay.
The rose, yeah, that's the only other thing.
All right. I guess I'm ready then.
Okay. I'm going to use an action also to summon the scarecrow, the dreamed scarecrow.
All right, cool.
So it's an action. All right. So and it will follow me in the turn, and it just follows behind. We don't know what its curse is, though. I don't think.
We will find out.
We will find out.
Sure. Of it.
Okay. Are we?
It's a good quick question. What are you attuned to, Tanner? The armor, the shield, and it's either the javelins or the braces of fire resistance.
so it was the braces I have.
Yep.
However, what were we thinking? Like, are you able to solely take on range? Because
I would do so using spells. Yeah, and my Phantom Fire Staff's pretty cool. It can fire off shots of what the hell's it called? Oh my gosh, I'm like a newbie. Not Agonize or Scorcher, but the other one, the rays,
Ray of
Scorching
fire?
rays, scorching rays. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? Yeah, scorching rays. I can fire from the staff.
Oh, okay.
So it's quite potent. It has 10 charges, and I'm gonna dump them all in this fight. So,
Yeah. Well, in that case, I'll have the braces.
Okay, cool.
now mind you, I have to hit with the scorching rays, so that can be tough for me. But we'll see.
All right then. There was
Would it
at
be
one
worth
point I was
taking?
using, yeah, there was at one point using a lot of the javelins, by the way. So I don't know how many you would have left anyway. That's fine. Sure, I used at least a few. Trying to scroll up and
Well,
see where it was.
I've never hit 0 before a new dawn.
No. Well, you say hit 0, you hit 13 effectively.
Yeah.
13th javelin is always extra. But they kind of re-break and form a new. Alright. You just need 13 more javelins to snap, that's all. Can't see how many I've rolled for you. It's fine. If you're not attuned to it, then it's just going to be the race of fire hazards. Yeah. Alright. Anything else? Grid is ready. He chucks up his Iron Stone of Absorption. I believe he should have. Yep, there it is.
Is it worth starting my my saving throw thing now?
10
Not
minutes.
10
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, why not?
Big go before we go in. If you
Yeah. In fact, I'll probably activate it as we get to the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah. Alright then. Okay. With that then, not dally anymore. You guys all group up. And that's when you suddenly realize, hang on, you need to turn this mirror into a doorway. And Snow's like tapping around and going, I've never actually been down this way before, so for the once, I'm actually kind of lost in the hut. Feels weird.
You just gotta put the crown on.
well,
I'll
can
do it.
we what don't
Let's
put
put
the crown on. We'll give you we'll take over your brain. Can we just hold the crown and walk down?
If it were that easy. It doesn't
If
seem
it
as
were
though there is no crown to pick up. In the reflection there is one, but
oh right.
Tanner, you're pretty hard to, sometimes she's got into my mind too much. Maybe it's best I don't actually wear Adonis.
We don't want to put our strongest warriors with a chance of fighting against us.
Exactly. I would incinerate all of you instantly. It would be horrible.
Exactly.
I don't know.
So
You're quite flamey, so don't need to worry about that. Just kind of clinks the braces.
Oh, hi, Mr. Scarecrow. Look at that. Cool.
Yeah.
He's on our side.
yeah.
Very nice, Sarah Jane. Very nice. Dream Scarecrow.
the dreams.
What a thing of nightmares, too. That's perfect.
Put you to sleep with
Okay.
his strikes. Kidnap you.
How?
Well, if we need our weakest warrior, then obviously our Adonis is the one to be doing this.
I was gonna say
What?
Snurg. I was gonna say Snurg.
Oh, the most powerful.
Snurg, yeah, you are. Yeah.
Interact with him.
It's so powerful that she can't control you. That's perfect. Look in the
Oh.
mirror, Snurg, and pick up that crown, and you can be the king that you've always wanted to be.
Roll a deception check out of this.
Deception. Okay.
Yeah.
Why is it always bad?
Well, don't worry, he's not great at insight. Okay.
He's-
But he did roll a 15. There's something fishy about this. Hold on. You said it was going to control your powerful work? Wait a minute. Is this mind control
It's
me?
fine, Snurg.
This mind controls me, doesn't it?
Oh my goodness, Snurg, I really suggest you put that crown on right now.
Did you
I don't
just,
have time for this.
did you just cast a spell on me?
Yes, but,
Oh my god, you
sir,
did.
you
That is,
you have a if you have a high wisdom, it means you have a high chance of breaking out of it.
that is really rude, Helena. I can't believe you cast magic on me, but that is a great idea. And he goes over to the pedestal
Look at that figure.
and starts grabbing a hold of the crown. And he's like, is it here? Is it there? And he's like looking in the reflection. Oh, I see it. Oh. And he starts to like feel around where it would be. And he sees his reflection pick up the crown in the reflection as he places it on top of his head.
Also, Snug is
Can I get-
technically an ally, so he can't be charmed.
It's so sick.
Oh, he can't be charmed? Oh, shit. Creatures that...
You're talking about your
My aura.
Oh.
not that one. Where is it? That one.
Should be
Shit.
suggested? It was the charm
Yeah,
didn't
that's
work.
a
The
charm
suggest
effect.
worked.
Suggestion's a charm effect.
Come on,
A
Garrett.
bit that-
Shit.
In fact, I probably feel that you've just tried to cast that spell on him, and I just kind of like side eye Helen. It's like, really? You could just ask him nicely.
No, he hasn't.
I'll do it.
He was probably going to do it anyway.
I
Ember's
was,
just
I was playing
exasperated.
along just because I didn't want to have to do it myself, but forcing me to do it makes it. You know what? Just forget it.
Well, listen. You remember the last kind of spells that I cast on you? They're much hotter. You don't want to find out again what that feels like. Let's get going with it, Snurg.
Okay. He sticks on the crown, at least his reflection does, and suddenly a translucent reflection appears above his head. It's kind of like a hologram of a crown, and he gets a flashing image in his head, and all of you, in fact, see the sudden reflection in the mirror change to that of Natasha wearing the crown, and in this image, she just kind of gives you a strange smile, or perhaps she's smiling at herself, if anything. But it doesn't appear for long, as suddenly the mirror turns into that of a gateway, a magical door that extends into a void. But there is these neon-colored steps that descend down. And you can see a brief light all the way in the distance that these steps descend down into. And once again, as your eyes adjust, you can see it seems to be in the shape of a cube.
Okay, we're going down to the same way, I guess. That's the same as the last timeline, so that's good. It's not some kind of weird other entrance.
Were the stairs neon before?
Yeah, they were like outlined. You can't see the physical step, but you can see like the edges are like a neon color.
Okay.
Bizarrely.
Okay.
Hey, Snurg, you still with us? You still focused?
I am Snark, king of spiders.
Yeah, absolutely you are, buddy. Pirate of the great seven seas.
Oh,
There's no way this is gonna go bad. We're
my
fine.
and follow me.
Okay.
You first, Tanner.
Yeah.
Remember what we learned last time, everybody. Remember, avoid the disintegration rays. Really, that's quite dangerous.
Also, the teeth. The teeth were bad.
Yeah, teeth are bad. Mortar and pestle, bad.
Bad.
A lot of bad there.
We end up in a different timeline cube because it's a different. Oh,
And at
no,
this
but
point,
they all
Hannah, if you did
occupied.
want to activate your implement of ferocity, or at least
Yes,
the enchantment
please.
now on your
I shall do so.
armor. Because you said you want to hold it until you got to the bottom, right?
Yeah, I shall do that.
Okay, alright, you do it. I'd like you to roll a d20.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Come on,
7.
Cambo.
Oh, no.
Lucky number 7.
That's not good. Okay,
7 is great. 7 is great.
so I'll tell you now, just in case I forget myself. But as you let loose this, unleash this bestial roar, you hear the metallic sound coming from the beast's
I would have
chest.
probably put the helmet on as we got to the
Okay,
bottom of the stairs, which will probably add to this.
yeah, absolutely. In that
Oh
case,
my
it
gosh.
announces your presence at the same time as this deafening roar goes off in your head. It sounds like a metallic dragon growling, and as that happens, your body seems to be filled with transmutation magic as you're feeling stronger, faster, and you are not able to be caged or held. You have the effects of basically freedom of movement as well as
Woo!
enhanced ability in one. So can't be paralyzed. You can
And
use
you
5
said,
foot of movement to get out of a grapple or restraint, and you have advantage on strength and dex saves. However,
ooh!
you feel
Holy
this is
cow.
pushing your body to the limit. Like all of the armor like tightens around your muscles and like, pumps them full of energy. And you feel like this might have a bit of a wear and tear on your body after
Oh boy.
this effect ends.
Mhm.
So
Oh boy.
out of game, I'll tell you, after this 10 minutes elapses, you're going to
Exhaustion?
suffer 3 levels of exhaustion.
Fuck!
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh.
and that is the curse. Is effectively it
3
still
levels.
carries over the 50-50 chance.
Oh, my
Instead of it
life.
breaking,
Isn't
it
that,
doesn't break anymore. That's a
isn't
good
that
thing.
3 out of 6?
It is.
No, it's always been a 50-50.
No, as in how many
3
levels of exhaustion?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
6
3
is
out of
death.
6, correct?
3
Yeah,
out of 6. Yeah,
it gives you
fuck.
half speed, disadvantage on saves and skills.
You need 3 long rests to get over that.
Yes.
Or greater restoration? Remember?
Or a greater restoration will get rid of
Okay,
exhaustion
there you
as well.
go.
But you need some diamond dust for that, I think. Regardless, for now, you're pretty unstoppable for these 10 minutes for sure. But
Okay.
yeah,
10 minutes. We
that's
gotta
the
make it
curse.
count.
Yeah, otherwise
I mean,
he's gonna be cooked.
yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Alright, so as you enter into the chamber at the very bottom, you notice a few differences. This time round, Eleanor is still in the same orb, the same like magical dome, but she is fast asleep. You can see her laying on her side with her arms kind of like resting under her head, but her eyes are closed and she's breathing, but she is very much fast asleep. The other thing you notice is the displacer beast is gone, and in its place is this large humanoid toad-like creature, and it
What
seems to
the?
be made of like shadow and bulbous flesh, and it just suddenly turns to you and licks its fat lips and stretches out. It's a massive maw. You see a serpentine-like tongue kind of like whip around 2 rows of saw-like fangs. But yeah, there's that thing in its place. And finally, Baba Yaga isn't atop a skull throne as you were before. Instead, it seems like an actual mortar and pestle, like the actual artifact. And you were always wondering earlier, well, if she's got a mortar, where's the pestle? Well, she's in it this time, and she's hovering about 10 feet off the ground. There we go. And she notices as you all enter, including the scarecrow that clatters around. And also, lastly, the cauldron has followed you, by the way, but it seems to be sticking towards the edges. Okay.
Do we take a
What is
little bit
this?
of?
What is this flickering thing that's just beside Baba Yaga?
Okay, that's her teeth, but
Oh, that's the teeth. Okay.
yeah, she hasn't pulled them out just yet, but she's gonna. And
She's gonna.
when they do, they're going to be blurry. 'Cause that's
Yeah.
something I forgot to do with the teeth last time. Because they can cast blur on themselves. So
Cool.
that's what they'll be doing. Hopefully the stream isn't broken.
Seems
The
okay.
Tesseract hovers in the middle. And you actually do feel a cold temperature kind of resonating from it. Okay. So, let's see, where are we? Oh, you finally arrived. What took you so long? The ritual can't wait any longer, you know?
Were you
You were waiting for us?
Yes, I invited you, remember?
Oh yeah.
You were willing to help complete it.
Oh, I think I thought that was more a sarcastic thing.
Well, there was always a slither of hope that you would be more willing. But if you wish to do things the hard way,
You should probably wake her up, when she sleeps. Unwanted guests tend to enter the hut.
I know.
Other places.
You're the one who told me.
What?
She gestures behind her, and you start to see the reflections and all around you. I'll just give you a brief description once again of these. So, what do we got? So, immediately to your left is the party on top of a Pegasus trying to battle it out with this Agatha Gristlegums, at least a version of her. So that's to your north. To the left is another party fighting out with Jaden Thor. And there's a guy with only one eye and holding what looks to be a very powerful looking book made of skin. There is, in the top left, the three mind flayers hard at work creating some sort of ritual around this disc. It is the astronomer's boon. Two of the mind flayers you recognize as Kesserat and one is Azanos, the one you fought in the Fader. In the top right, the Snugs are still making their pie. Not much going on there. To the right, you see the three knights, Dawn, Night, and Twilight. And they seem to be concentrating on the Tesseract as well, but with no sign of Baba Yaga. In the bottom right, there's a trio of hags, and they seem to be gathered around a cauldron, which, now that you look at it, does kind of look similar to Crud's cauldron. To the bottom left, you see the trio of fairies, Dust, Nissa, and Una, and they seem to be surrounding the Chalice of the Void. And then, finally, to your south, and the one that she's gesturing at when she mentioned that you told her, it is you guys. There is Grizz, Tanner, Daya is currently unconscious in the arms of Tanner, possibly dead. Tyro is doing his best to flick through a book to see if he has a spell for this. And Helidus, you appear as a water genasi instead. No sign of Eridanus in this reflection either.
What?
Nope.
Oh right, because he got poofed.
Yep. And there is a shattered
The-
tesseract. That shouldn't be the. And of course, Tarek stands before you all, trying to explain the situation. And she notices you are watching this reflection play out, realizing this is exactly the same vision that Tarek showed you. And but she doesn't seem to capitalize on any of the distractions. She just has a small smirk on her face.
So, who's this guy here? Senior Frog. What's his deal?
Oh, yes. He was a previous design about the hut. But this one is, well, it's standing on its own 2 feet,
Fascinating, truly.
known as a bandahob.
Right. I don't only like frogs. If you don't mind, get rid of them.
Oh, well, they may be a terrible thing to unleash, but they're a joy to watch, so I'm not sending him anywhere. Unfortunately,
Negotiating in bad faith, are we?
Unfortunately, Azure couldn't be here.
An ugly-ass cat, too, must add.
You take that back.
Well, look at this spot.
Azure is a precious darling.
And I'm sure he is.
She?
Almost, pardon me, she
You
almost
love her,
killed us
don't
when
you?
we first got here. Very rude. Not new house guests, you know. That was the first thing we were greeted with.
What is it her nap time, or what is it that she's too busy to be here?
No, Natasha took her away a long time ago. Freed her. She took her with her, in fact.
There's a lot
It's
different
interesting
on
that
this
even
timeline.
you are using the word free, so you admit that these creatures aren't here of their own volition. It's an interesting slip up there, Mother.
Well, I would have let her go her own way had I known she was also with Young.
Azure is? Oh, that's nice. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Who's the father?
I have no idea.
He's been getting up to some shit.
But anyway, we're not here to discuss my pets.
Well,
He raises an eyebrow. What
Seen a
ever
cat
did you come
before?
for?
Half cat, half rabbit. Truly disturbing.
I see you've got some of your own pets as well. Strange-looking scarecrow. Oh, and Senrith as well. Come to usurp me again, is this it? You know how this goes.
Well, we just wanted to bring some friends to enjoy all this together.
You taught us a little lesson last time, but this time, things might look a little differently, as you can see from all these reflections.
Doesn't look like it ended well for you, Diana. Not in this one.
Well, you know, not everything is... You can't win them all, I guess.
What makes you think this will be any different?
Oh, I have no idea. I got a feeling. I got a little feeling. Plus, I have my scarecrow. Did you see how cool this is?
I did see it, yes. Strange. That dream saver. Well, it's outlived its uses. I have my own little dream vessel over here. And
What is she
apparently
pointing
she's
to?
dreaming of a much better place than this one.
Oh, I'm surprised she doesn't need to be alert for this.
No, it's actually better this way. It taps into her powers. I figured that out after, well, Helidus mentioned that the strange summonings around my hut have all been because of her.
You didn't know that before?
I knew something was afoot, but I didn't know Eleanor was the catalyst. Seems she's able to make dreams a reality.
Once again, I was a step ahead of you. Pretty typical. It's kind of sad looking around here. You know, all these reflections, all these infinite possibilities. Every single potential outcome of your schemes, if you will, and not one single one of them features a daughter that you claimed once loved you. It's pretty sad. Under no circumstance, clearly, would Natasha ever want anything to do with you.
In no circumstances, Elena participating of her own free will. That's interesting, too.
Coerced on every occasion.
She is gritting her teeth to the point where they almost crack. And at that point, she yanks them out, throws them in the air, and you see them begin to spin and blur on the spot.
That's gross.
Banner?
And I think with that, yeah, you guys can definitely roll initiative on that. on that.
So we good to take a 5-minute break?
Yeah, we should.
We can, yeah. I don't know how far we'll get with this. Hey, maybe maybe James will be here for the final fight after all. So yeah, let's go for a quick 5-minute break if you need to, and we'll be right back.
Cool.
Sounds good.
back, and it's about to dive into this combat with Baba Yaga, the Witch Queen. Okay, everyone's roll initiative, and immediately she looks like she's up first. Let's get some music. Okay. Alright. More epic than that. Alright, so she freely just threw her teeth up in the air and they start blurring in place almost immediately. As for her turn, she's got a billion and one options. Last time she dealt with Grizz pretty quickly, and whilst that was effective, wasn't necessarily necessary. As he's just an axe-wielding barbarian, she can easily just hover out of range. So, for her first thing, she will literally hover up and get out of range, even further so. Getting up to about 40 feet in the air sounds good. Yeah. Tanner's the biggest issue for her. Being that can't charm people whilst Tanner's around. She knows this. Okay. If I pull this off, it means one less other issue to deal with. She's gonna turn to Eridanus. And, you were the unforeseen star in this other reflection. Caused me quite a lot of issues. One of which I particularly take insult at. How dare you lay your hands on my daughter? Alright, she's gonna cast a high-level spell on Eridanus. The good thing for him is it is a wisdom saving throw. So,
+3 to that.
yeah.
And I will bend luck and spend 2 sorcery points, seeing that Eridanus is about to be disintegrated, or what I assume to be disintegration, so hopefully I can help him save.
Okay.
So I
Alright.
will spend 2 sorcery points to bend luck using my reaction.
That gives him an extra D4, right?
1d4, which is
Okay.
2. Whoa,
Yeah.
look at that dice.
Figured as much. Yeah, it's just switched it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
26 for him,
Yeah.
with Tanner's +3.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
That was what I predicted. Well, it was worth a try. But your will remains unfaltering. But although I can't change your mind, Eridanus, perhaps I can just change your eye. I'm gonna end the turn there, and
What does that mean?
we're gonna have a layer action. So, as per usual, the Tesseract begins to pull everyone towards it. So I need everyone to roll a strength saving throw. This is not really going to matter much if you do fail.
And what?
You only get shoved 5 feet.
Sorry, what saves do I get advantage on?
You have advantage on strength.
Cool.
strength and dex, I think you have advantage on.
Okay, natural 1 on Snag. I'm just going to chuck him 10 feet. Why not? That's double what he normally goes. And Tanner is where you get pulled towards the Tesseract. It's only a small shunt to begin with, but you can feel the pull getting stronger and stronger the closer you get. Where else? Oh yeah, Senra's gonna fail. Of course he does. Okay, and he gets pulled as well. And Grizz, I doubt he's gonna... Did you want to take control of Grizz for me, this combat? Just because it's gonna be a real pain with this many characters.
I can attempt it for you, yeah.
Yep, that'd be great. Thank you. Okay, alright. Baba Yaga just hovers up 40 feet into the end. It is actually Grizz's go right now. He wants to rage and do the thing.
Alright, so Grizz will use a rage. Let me open his character sheet here. I've never done this before. Is there attributes? Is there a way to... Oh, 4 of the 3. Okay, so I have 3 or 4 rages left. That's good. And then, in the inventory, he has Encore Javelin. So, Encore Javelin, I will have him, first of all, run, I guess, that far. Target the old Mother Bones and yelling grizzy, angry things. Hold click. And Encore Javelin. Gonna chuck one at her. For a 23.
That's a hit, actually.
I can't seem to click on numbers, so I don't know. Oh, that's Tanner, right? With the 13s on the attack roll or whatever. Yeah, like it used to be able to click on the attack and see what was rolled, but for some reason.
Oh,
Anyways.
I can for some reason.
Okay, I don't know when.
Alright. Nonetheless, you definitely did 11 damage as the Encore arrow flies up, striking her in the side. It's like,
and as a bonus action, rip it free, right? And as a bonus action, I guess he'd rip it free, right?
He can on his subsequent turns, yes.
Oh, on subsequent turns, okay.
Yeah.
So he only has 1 javelin, so he has nothing else really to do.
But he can bonus action rage if he wants.
I said that he raged.
Oh, then in that case he wouldn't be able to do the bonus action too. I'll live that.
What am I talking about? Yeah. Sorry, not a barbarian. Yep, okay, that's it.
Okay, cool. He's raging, and that's it. Let's go. Hannah.
Cool. She's 40 feet up in the air, so I'm just going to stay nearby my allies. Just going to get dire in range there. And I'm going to fling a firebolt at her.
Go ahead.
Because I can do that. 2014.
Right, hits.
Ka-chow.
She takes the fireball, but doesn't even seem to dodge out of the way. The fire does also leave a small burn mark, but it doesn't seem to set her alight. Almost extinguished immediately.
Gotcha.
And she just brushes her shoulder.
And what was the whole extra action thing?
You don't get an extra action. You just can't be paralyzed.
Gotcha.
And you can free yourself from restraints.
No problem. That'll be it for now.
Okay, cool. And INT. Excuse me. Alright, they begin to swirl around and position themselves probably about the same height as well, 40 feet into the air. Seems good. Okay. And let's see. Who can we rain stuff down on? Oh yeah, that's kind of easy. I'm going to target Senrith and use heat metal. Oh no, he's concentrating on blow, actually. We'll do acid arrow instead. Yeah.
Protection.
Oh yeah, okay. Can that be used against ranged attacks as well?
Yes. Yes. Bear with. Pretty sure. It's just an attack on a creature.
Yeah, it's fine, you can.
Yeah, there we go.
Cool. Alright, well, that does the job, it seems. The arrow is immediately reflected off of your shield. And, yeah, it's like as if the arrow is actually drawn into the shield more than it reflects. As if it drinks in the energy of it.
Just give a nod to Senrith.
This is on a miss, it splashes the next target.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Perhaps, yeah.
On
so
a miss, the arrow
hit
splashes the target
Tanner.
without half as much damage to this damage.
So I think
No
Tanner
damage
would
to the arrow.
take a bit of that. For
Yeah, I guess
myself.
so. Here you go then, Tom. Instead, you can take it. You take what? 3? Oh,
Okay.
sorry, it's 44. My bad. Oh no, that is 44. Wait, It is half anyway. Still, you take 3 points of extra damage.
Cool.
It's like
I'll take
nothing.
that.
As it kind of like splashes a little bit on you. There you go. You're on 91. Alright. Eleanor is fast asleep. And it is Senra's go. So he immediately summons his spiritual weapon as a bonus action. And sends it flying, hurtling up towards Baba Yaga. And he's going to take a swing. So, there it is. Does he hit? No, he doesn't. Oh, okay. That's not right. I think it's... What? I just... Yeah, that should at least be plus 9 to hit. What is this? Yeah, that ain't right. Hold on 1 second. Wisdom. Wisdom. Why is it using charisma? Okay, let's change that. That was bizarre. Alright, this would be a hit. So I'm just going to do the damage instead. Which is 1d8. Alright. So, nice little damage as the scythe comes spinning around and slices across her as she tries to duck into the pestle. 9. Alright. And as for his action, you can fire a guiding bolt up. No, you can't do a spell. You can do a cantrip. Do a chill touch. Yeah, okay. He'll also fire off a spectral hand. Tries to grab onto it. It does. Does a little bit of necrotic damage. Although... Oh, okay. That didn't work. Alright. Don't be a smart ass like me and use necrotic. She's completely immune to it. And you see that happens right then and there. The spectral hand just tried to claw down her and she just wafts it away like it's a flea on her shoulder. Like, oh, please, 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 don't. You're wasting your time. Right. I'm giving you one chance, Twilight. Continue to pledge fealty to me, and I won't slaughter the rest of your friends for their insolence. And he says, as Helen said, I'm with them, and Natasha. And Natasha doesn't seem to want to help you out, so nor do I. I'm done working for you. And that's going to be his
Let's go.
It's the Scarecrow's
He's
go.
loyal for now.
Oh wait, he doesn't want to move up. He just wants to stick around there. Okay, Scarecrow's go. What do you want him to do?
He's gonna go for the frog buddy.
Okay. I think he's going to have to dash to get over there.
Let me
He
see.
can do it if he wants.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
He'll dash over. And
Alright. You have got the rod of the Scarecrow on your sheet, and you?
I do, yeah. Well, I have it open separately, so he can. If he's using his action to dash, then he can use a bonus action, and every creature within a 15-foot cone must succeed on a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw or be frightened until it takes damage, or for 1 minute. So we're going to do that.
Okay. Let's see. So instead of dashing up, wait, is that a bonus action to do that or an action?
It's a bonus.
Oh,
to,
excellent.
Yeah.
Fear effect. Okay, cool. So he unleashes this terrifying screeching sound. It's like an inhalation more than a scream. And I guess I'll see if the Banderhog can resist its effect. Wisdom save.
Oh, yeah, he passes. All right.
It does. The Vanderhog just laughs. And its big maw begins to stretch open, almost as if it's sizing it up, ready to swallow it.
Scarecrow's
Here's
gonna
another.
wave his double scimitar arms,
Mhm.
saber arms around like that guy in the Indiana Jones movie to try and look threatening.
Did you just try and scare my Vanderhog?
I
Vanderhog's
did.
off. Well, that thing did. I'll have you know, Vanderhobs are practically fear incarnate. Just look at the thing.
It's ugly. I
Oh
mean,
my god.
gross isn't the same as frightening. You know that,
Is
right?
she been using that to work Elena? Dear
How about
Lord.
this then instead?
I don't know what a
Oh,
Vanderhob is. Just a gross,
could
ugly
you
thing.
demonstrate just how terrifying you really can be? And you see this creature begin to lunge towards the scarecrow and tries to swallow it whole.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, wait, I've got to actually hit you first. Ignore that. So
I
it's
don't know
going to
what
be a
its AC is.
bite attack. I think its AC is the same as the zombies, isn't it?
It's a zombie, yeah.
Yeah, so it's only like
Probably
11.
pretty low.
Yeah, so that's going to be a hit for sure. All right. So you see the creature is almost fully swallowed it. It's probably grabbed a hold of the scarecrow, lifted it up, and its legs are like flailing in the air.
God damn it.
And the top half of the scarecrow is deep in its gullet. Okay.
It's only just
So
born.
I
It's a
know.
baby.
Only just got 8. All right. So he's restrained. And that's going to be the Bandahog's go, believe it or not. Okay. It is Eridanos' go. Okay. He succeeded saving my grandiose plan, but so that's a big win for you guys, which allows him to start doing all of his nasty stuff. First of all, he's going to bonus action enter into the form of the Fairy Queen, so that he has concentration advantage, and he begins to hover into the air as well. Like, so he goes up 10 feet just to begin with, and moves around, stays close to Tanner as well. He wants to be in the aura. And as for his first spell, don't ask why he told me to do this, but he cast Giant Insect on Snurg. So Snurg suddenly, what?
Giant
What's happening?
spider.
Yes, sir!
You're so strong. Snurg
Oh
busts out
my
and
god.
becomes massive.
Beautiful. My
Let me
favorite
just
little
check.
boy.
What a recurring character.
Is it a huge creature? No, it's large. Okay, so yeah, and he grows all these weird appendages as well. Like his hands grow into like large claws. Suddenly grows a large stinger out the back.
Snurt's not on the turn order, but he does have the butterfly knife with the magic missiles.
I don't know. I was just waiting
Yay!
for that. All right. Sorry about that. I did forget Snake. He's gonna rush forward as well, I guess. Try to take on the thing on the ground. Although, actually, he can do something unlike something you guys might have not realized he can do. Now that you have Snake, I will demonstrate. Snake begins to run up the wall of the reflection, and I'm just gonna give him a quick charisma save. He probably wants to fail this. Uh, that's not a fail. Okay. He suddenly falls off the wall and through it.
What?
And yep.
Uh-huh.
So as he's climbing up, he gets about 10 feet, 15 feet, and then he suddenly swings out around and he's like, whoa, whoa,
Oh,
and he
oh
lands in
no.
the other side of this reflection, and you see
Oh
all of the
my.
people in it turn around and they go, what the heck, Snug? Did you
Oh
come to help us?
my.
Oops. I'm with those guys. Sorry. Don't mind me. He's just gonna try and climb back up effectively. I'll give him another charisma save. But I mean, you're willing to if you guys are finished off there, you know, you're more than willing to help out. That'd be right. Yeah,
Oh
time to roll these guys onto
my
initiative.
God. The
You just have a,
10.
you're gonna roll, I guess, the Gristle Gums and the party onto initiative.
What the shit?
Yep. You suggested doing this as well to Tarek, do you remember? You were like, have you ever tried interacting
Yeah.
with the reflections? And he said, no one has ever done that in all of the reflections, and not even in the reflections of those reflections. No one's ever tried it.
Oh dear me.
And Snug just unwittingly did it by trying to climb up the walls and fell through.
That is a snurg for you.
Yep.
Adaya. I wonder if
It
that's
is.
the
It's
Pegasus
gonna be Dodger
sword.
right after I do a legendary action, and start to get the hurt on, I think. Yeah. Go with. Uh, okay. Okay. Let's go for you, Helvis.
Alright.
Ah!
Got to change the cantrips, didn't I? She does 48 necrotic damage to you. I'll throw another 3. You
12
take
points.
12 points of necrotic damage as you see a spectral hand similar to the one she just had. Sorry, similar to the one Senris just did against you. It just racks your body with necrotic energy. And that's it. That's a legendary. Now it's done.
Okay. Daya is going to... Let's move down here next to the frog thing.
Yep.
They're trying to drag it. It's not dragging. All right. Well, whatever. Anyway, she's gonna move down. The the flying whipsicle, which was floating above her head, can move 20 feet and can then attack Baba Yaga.
It can, yeah.
Yeah. So it's fully within range of her. And
What color do you want it to be?
what color do I want it to be?
Yeah. I mean, I
Oh,
haven't actually. I've got a load of animations I can use. But,
um, blue and gold. Can we do blue and gold?
see what I get.
Or either way?
Um,
I mean, the blue it is fine right now. 14
oh, yeah,
to
that's
hit it
Senris.
for. Oh, that's Senris. Anyway,
Yeah. I'll try and find a gold
14
one.
is probably not going to hit, but that's fine.
I've got yeah, I know I use this blue one. Oh, crap.
There we go.
Ah, there it is. Okay, not working. Alright, so what did you get to hit? 14? Not
14
going to
is
do, I'm afraid.
not going to do it.
Yeah, swings
That's fine.
faster. But you want to get positioned it right about
Well,
there. Or do you want it
yeah.
on the other side?
The probably closer is better because it doesn't. It only has 20 feet. It doesn't have
Yeah.
infinite amount of
Okay.
movement. So
It's around about there.
yeah.
Okay. And that's just your bonus
And
then.
yeah, that was a bonus. So I still have an action. And is there a way to try and free my scarecrow, or
Yes,
like
you can try and yank it out as an action.
yeah, let's try to do that.
Okay.
I want him alive, so I'm going to try and yank him out.
Alright, you're going to have to make an athletics check though. DC
Okay.
15.
Yeah. Come on.
Oh,
Oh fuck no.
I think it's going to get anything done with a 7th throw.
Yep.
Sadly, it is firmly lodged in there and it's using its own hands to try and wrestle you away whilst trying to swallow it at the same time.
Ah, what a waste of a turn. All right, well, that's me done.
Okay. That is done. Okay, at the end of your turn, we'll do another ordinary action. Um,
Agatha. Sexy, sexy Agatha. Oh, look at her.
he's coming up. See. Yeah, you know what? Start on it. I've started on this. Might as well continue on it. I'm gonna do time. Yeah, this time we'll do an Eldritch Blast. It should be 3 beams. Wait,
So you have 14.
4 beams. Alright, so these blasts of energy come flying towards you. I think the first one, yeah, that's a hit. Second one. Third one. And a fourth one. All of them connecting. Just pummeling you, Helibus, with force damage.
Ouch.
And that will be the end of that.
I think I'm
I
a bit more than that.
Agatha Gristlegums that unleashes a prismatic spray on the entire group over there. 7th level.
Oof.
And Cyrus
7?
is going to try and counterspell it.
Oh my god.
Only rolling that one. So these guys get absolutely wrecked with a crap ton of damage. I'm not going to roll for it, but the important thing is old Snoke here is caught it when he doesn't really want to be. Oh god. Roll the d10. 9. That's a d8. Sorry. 7. Violet. Oh god. Extra wisdom save. Yeah, god.
Oh,
Extra
Lord,
one.
Snark.
So getting wrecked as he's just walked in here. You see Snowgate suddenly whisked away, just vanished suddenly. Ah!
See you, buddy.
Don't know where he's gone. A violet light surrounded him as the spray goes off. Everyone else is hit with a myriad of different colors, and Snug is hit with a terrible violet one and just disappears. The good news is he doesn't take any damage. Bad news, we'll figure out what happens next turn. He's got to roll another save to see if he gets out of this. He's kind of blinded for now, actually. Technically blinded. But you see his form flickering out, like it vanishes and stops in place for a moment. He's like, what's happening to me? I can't see, it's too bright. He's blinded for a round. Okay. It's down to you, Helidus.
Alright, I'm going to spend some sorcery points here to twin haste. Actually, no. You know what? I'll twin fly. And I'll get fly on Grizz and fly on Tanner. So I will cast the level 3 spell Fly. Clicky clicky. Cast spell. Consume spell slot. And that should give a fly speed of 60 feet, I believe, to both Tanner and Grizz.
Hell yeah.
And I have how many sorcery points to twin a level 3 spell? Is it 4, I believe? So I'll spend 4 sorcery points to do that.
Nice.
Leaving with
All
4
right.
of 10 sorcery points. And bonus action, shall I eat a spell slot? I think I will. I think I'll bonus action eat one of my level 1 spell slots to restore 1 sorcery point. Make it 5.
Okay.
5 of 10. That's it for me. I got movement. I'm gonna move behind the cauldron and duck.
Sure.
Or behind the golem, or I don't know. Try to get some kind of cover. I'm getting blasted by all kinds of bombardment here.
That's not a bad shout. You've got cover behind that, I'll say.
Yeah.
And you can tell the golem, by the way, is hunkered down on kind of like all fours, stopping themselves from being pulled. As soon as the Tesseract spins, it pulses and then draws back in, trying to grab everyone towards them. I need everyone to roll another strength save.
What's a pass?
A pass
Sure.
is exactly what Helidus rolled right there. 15.
Nice.
I'll get
And
Chris's save here. Yep.
looks like
Chris.
hiding behind the cauldron was a good shout. You grab a hold of it and stop yourself from being pulled. And then Tanner, what you get? Yeah, you're pulled. 5, 10.
I'm pulled.
Here you go.
At
You do
22.
have advantage, Cambo.
Oh, 22.
Yeah, I rolled 22 first.
Oh, right, yeah. Advantage. Okay. And Tanner says you're okay as well. Alright.
Daya?
I got an 18. She's fine.
Yeah,
Nice.
you're good.
Perfect.
Aerodonus, yeah.
Good.
Oop. You see him
Boy.
sliding towards the Tesseract.
Hey, get back from there!
He's in the air slightly, so he's kind of pulled towards it, just in the air without anything to stop him from getting grounded. Okay, that's it. The Grizzlies go. Oh wait, no, it's not. Babiaga. Sorry about that. Alright. I was waiting for you to do something stupid like that. She flies over everyone's heads and goes straight down towards you, Elidus. Such
Cool.
a powerful spell.
See you guys.
We all know how double-edged that is. Hmm.
Yeah, I'm out. Disintegrated. Later.
I'd like you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Not
I would
again?
like to use Tides of Chaos to make me advantage on this
Yep.
saving throw. Attributes. I'm going to mark off and prime myself here. Nuclear Helidus. Constitution. Saving throw.
And you're 5 feet away from
Shift
me.
click.
Yep.
Saving
On a
throw. Oh, that's
in a sort of like image of the cauldron, not the cauldron, the pestle that she's kind of riding in. You see,
hang
it's made
on.
of like this sickly
I didn't
wood.
roll with advantage. Okay, there we go. So it's a
It's kind of got all these
23.
screaming faces over it.
Yikes. What is that? It's a 23, Chris. Looks
23
like.
is a save. Nice.
Yay!
Okay. It wasn't a disintegrate, so unfortunately you don't take nothing. That would have been the case. On this one, you do take half. If she was just going for damage, not kill. Because
Okay.
dodging a disintegrate, you take nothing. Like, it's an all or nothing. This
It's
one,
next
you
save,
suddenly...
though, I think.
Yeah, it's, she used light.
Alright.
And I need you to take this much damage. 8, half of 22. Wow, I rolled low.
So
I rolled...
11 points, so I'll make another
What are
con
those
save.
1s and 2s? Oh my god. Yeah, it's only 11
And
damage
it's
to
a
you.
26 to maintain concentration.
That is not a problem. Yeah.
Oops. Right.
Uh,
So 11 points of damage?
I've done it for you, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Please, intercept her!
Oh god. I was hoping not just to kill you, but mostly just to shut you up. Very hard punishing these little ignorant children.
I'm not a child!
Compared to me, you are.
We'll see when Tanner's done with you. You won't be much enough of...
But I will say, all this fighting does make me feel 8,000 again. Alright, that's how it goes. It's Grizz.
He's going to fly up. 60 feet of movement he gets out of fly, right?
Yep.
60
He
feet.
is raging, so he will fly up to her, land on this platformy, scully thing that she's got, and just start hammering her with a great axe. I don't know how to mark him plus 40 feet. I don't know how you did that. Sorcery.
If you right click something, it's the top left marker. And I can do it
Oh,
for you.
cool. I got it.
Yeah.
I'm learning new tricks. All right, great. See, I'll have him there. And inventory. So languish is what exactly? It is a
He hasn't got language.
blade.
He's got the great
Oh,
weapon
okay,
master.
that's a mistake. All right.
Great
So
axe, great weapon master.
so what is it? Reckless attack.
Yep, we'll give you advantage,
All right, and
and you can either choose to use normal great axe, or you can take -5 to the roll
I want him to
to
make
get
contact
+10.
more than anything. So
Yeah. Okay.
let's try the first one with a see if he lands a hit. Maybe he'll get a bit more interested in landing a bigger hit afterwards. So I will swing the great axe at her with
Yep.
advantage, right? My
That's
shift
right.
clicking is not working.
Not
But
sure
we'll
why
try.
that is the case, but
That's
feel free to
one
roll it
click.
again anyway.
So the second, okay, so it'll be a
Oh,
28,
that's a crit.
and he's got. I'm gonna have
Brutal
him.
critical.
So what's an extra D12?
I believe so. Yep.
So it would be an extra 9 on that, and then his great axe has runes.
Does.
So he will.
It didn't
When you roll a
activate in
10,
one that time.
okay. When you see a creature take bludgeoning slash. Oh, you can spend one charge to spin 4 up to 30 feet in line. You become a world of ice and sleet all creatures in the bath.
Don't
No,
worry
he's not.
about reading all of that because those runes aren't even correct anymore. I think
Okay,
the
all
fire
right.
one is. Actually, are these?
I can't
No, these are.
see what the number was on the damage die, so I
Actually,
don't
these
even
are
know.
correct. These are the original ones. Yeah, they are the original ones. So he can do either of these, but
Okay.
that's more as an action. These things.
Uh, well,
You
feeling pretty.
can, however, do your bonus action to pull back the Encore arrow.
Okay.
So
How do
just
I?
roll 1d8, I believe.
Okay.
Yep.
The javelin. 1d6. Yeah, 'cause it's a
That's
javelin.
1d6, is it? Okay.
It's at one
Cool.
point a measly
Alright,
tickle.
so the javelin comes yanking out of a
All
thorn
right.
out of her side.
So he'll hold that, and then he'll take his second attack, feeling pretty confident, having just landed a pretty sizable blow with Great Weapon Master.
Oh yeah.
And it's gonna be advantage. So that's the first one. Both swing very wide.
Yep.
And,
This time she ducks into the pestle and you hear it clang on the side,
all
not
right.
leaving a single dent on it.
So then gripping the axe in one hand, having his other hand resting on the side of this pedestal, floating pedestal, he'll brace himself to try to avoid falling off, although he's flying regardless. But should that flight come to an end, he will attempt to not fall.
That might be now, as I'm going to take a legendary action straight after Grizz to unleash a barrage of Eldritch Blast at you, Alice. He wants to
Okay,
break that concentration.
pretty reasonable.
So,
I'm gonna use shield. I'm gonna shield that.
okay, so what's your AC?
19 with shield.
That makes that a miss.
So
By the second.
shield.
Ooh,
Hang
why am I
on.
firing off
Why did
random
shield
directions?
not go off? I clicked on it. First, there we go. Consume spell slot. Okay, so I'm shielding anyways. The second one, 18, should be no good as well with the shield.
Damn, okay.
Oh
She
yeah.
keeps up the barrage. She's got to break through. Get something done here.
That one, I will use. Oh, I use my reaction to shield, so I can't bend lock. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Okay, so 8 points of force damage. I needed a.
On save. Yep. It's a 19.
That's safe. But
And
you're 8 points shorter. And one more beam straight towards you.
that
16 misses as
should be a
well.
miss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic. Okay, so that really well done to weather the blow as most of the beams get reflected off the side.
Question: did I have cover on that 20 behind this golem? Because that would actually maybe make it a miss. Maybe.
Yeah, I said you had cover, didn't I? So yeah, you can have that A back actually. Good
Cool.
point.
I'll take it.
All right.
Every little bit might matter.
It does.
Goodness.
Yeah.
That's it. Cool. All right.
Good,
I'm still up.
good job.
Just
No.
yelling nonsense.
I'm flying. He's gonna have to roll another wisdom save, and good lord, I hope he pulls out a miracle here.
Oh my god, Snurg is blocked to us.
Okay. This same spell hit the fly onto Annihilation. Prismatic Spray. You have a 1 in 8 chance to get hit by the violet light. And then you've got to pass the save. And if you pass the save once, you're fine. If you fail twice in a row, you're banished.
Oh.
And unfortunately,
No.
so you
Oh
can't
no.
banish where? Well, when you
Nobody
banish
knows.
something in the heart, you'll find out. But for now, I'm afraid Snurg's echoed cry dissipates as he is no longer here on.
Third.
Anna, you are up.
Come on, Cambo. This is
You-
your time, buddy.
Thing is, I wanted to set up, but I kind of want to just smack her.
You do you, man. You can fly if you want, or if you got something to set up, go ahead.
But I'm
I don't
gonna-
know how long I can keep you in the air before she puts me down. So
That's all fine. So I'm going to fly up to her pedestal, so literally on top of her, and I'm going to cast Crusader's Mantle.
sweet.
Okay, very good. Is that a bonus or a full action to do that?
That's full action to do that.
Oh, I love it when that happens.
Oh, I took a hit somehow. What
Yeah,
happened?
no, it makes everyone.
Oh, I don't know what.
It's
my
okay.
bad.
Just better not to place a template, but it's huge, 30 feet around Tanner. That's how big that mantle looks. Just so everyone is aware.
Nice.
Anyone who makes an attack there gets an extra d4 radiant damage to the hit.
And for my bonus action, I'm going to cast. Oh, I can't cast 2 spells, can I?
Cast
No.
2, yeah.
Fuck. Damn it. Okay, never mind. That's it.
Same
So,
problem here. Honestly.
yeah.
Yeah, get on that thing, man, because when my fly drops, you're gonna need to stay up there.
Yeah, that's the plan.
No good stuff. You two are in position. I've done my part.
Just gotta hang
Yeah.
on. Yep.
Yeah, you ain't dying again this time.
She's gonna put me out soon, guys. It's not gonna be long for Elidus here. So you got this. You got this.
Sorry, Crusader's Mantle is an action, right? Okay, cool. That's your go, is that it?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay, the teeth of Baba Yaga come flying around. They're trying to find you, Helidus. They're still tucked away there, and you've got that shield up as well. Makes a lot of its attacks kind of pointless. So it just swings by and goes for someone else instead. Try and shoot up.
Oh, just to let you guys know with Crusader's Mantle, that affects everyone. So I put it in a position where everyone who attacks with a weapon attack add a plus D4 radiant damage.
Okay, cool. I'll just take a quick shot at Eridanus with a real frost.
You.
Oops. Why am I still hitting that fake Helidus? You know.
Oh.
Alright. It does look like it hits Eridanus. Takes 2 points of cold damage. Very minimal. But he's slowed by 10 feet. And that's it. It's Sen's go, and he's got this spiritual weapon. Tries to keep up. Spiritual weapon does not move as fast as she does, however. So it kind of lags a bit behind, trying to catch up. Unfortunate, but at least he can still fire off some spells from down here. He's going to aim up and launch a guiding bolt straight towards her. This will help hopefully land some more of those mortal strikes. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, no, misses. Wait, it's still adding charisma. Why? It's like all of his spells have gone wrong. It's still a miss, I think, even with a +5 instead of 4. Yeah, it is. The attack doesn't look as sad as what it does right there. Ah, damn it. flying all over the place. Alright, let's go 10. I mean, third party. Mm,
The tan Monty Pod.
yeah.
Oh. Well, +1 rapier.
By the way, I will need to go soon.
Okay, we'll call at the end of this round, which is
That's
actually coming up really quick. But you just see them engaging in combat with Agatha, firing off all of those things. They have no idea what was going on this time.
So their campaign ended with Agatha, eh? Interesting.
Yes, it did.
That's pretty cool.
So the Scarecrow can make an attempt to escape, or if he wants to try and just cut the band of hog here, he can do so with disadvantage. But whatever the Scarecrow wants to do, it's his turn now. Huh?
Oh, my turn?
It's the Scarecrow.
Oh, the Scarecrow. Yep.
So
The
it can either
Scarecrow
try and
is... Sorry, go ahead.
it can attack with disadvantage, or it can try and escape.
I have a feeling that it won't get very far with escaping, so it's going to attack. It's going to attack. Yeah, why not?
Alright then. So the roll of the Scarecrow tells me, is it just a zombie stat? +3 to hit, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll make that +4 to hit. So just roll a d20 plus 4 for me. That's actually a hit.
What?
Awesome. And you can make another one because you've got multi-attack. Oh wait, it should be disadvantage because it's restrained. Correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Sorry.
20
Yeah.
plus 4.
You might get lucky again. That is alright. So you should hit.
22. Yes.
And the scimitar is, oh, it's a saber. I believe it's going to be like something like
It's a
D6
saber.
or
The
a
saber
D8.
is it's a +1 to attack and damage, plus an extra 1d4 psychic damage.
Okay. What's the actual base damage though?
Doesn't say.
Okay. I'm sure it's like a D6, isn't it? Or if it's a short sword, I'll just double check. It is a scimitar. Okay, so that
Okay,
one
so
is
that's
D6 damage.
1d6
And
plus
then
1.
plus 1d4. Plus any strength it would have as a zombie, which is, let me just check,
1d4.
plus 1.
3 points of plus 3 points of radiant damage. Psychic damage, slashing damage, and one more.
You did 9 damage with that first
Nice.
strike,
Cool.
and it's still gobbling him up. You can take one more attack. It's got multi-attack. Or is it
Yeah, it
not
does.
a multi-attack? It does.
I think it.
Let's double check for me.
I think it has 2 attacks. Yeah, it has 2 attacks.
That's fantastic. Alright, do that. If you press
1d20.
up on the keyboard, you'll actually go back to the previous roll. You just click D20 plus 4 again.
Oh, cool. All right. What?
Okay, and then with
And
disadvantage, so roll again.
disadvantage.
Second strike,
Fuck.
he seems to get like swallowed deeper in, and it still gets like stuck in its gullet. It's unable to pull it out.
That's okay.
Okay,
It's still alive.
it is. Okay, this is the point where I get to swallow it. So, okay, if the creature is grappling, yeah, I just. Um, Encore Javelin. Okay. Okay, so the scarecrow is like swallowed inside effectively. And when it's in there, it's blinded, restrained, and covered from other attacks. But it immediately starts taking damage on the start of the band of go 3d6 to be precise. It takes 7 necrotic damage against a zombie though. That not zombie? They do take that. Okay. Okay. I don't think he's got much more health. He's only got 22. Yeah, I think that puts him out. Well,
Oh,
the poor scarecrow is so cold. And he's just dissolved in the shadows of its stomach. However, a creature that's reduced to 0 hit points in this way stops taking necrotic damage and becomes stable. Because out of game, the Bandob's goal is to actually kidnap creatures, not necessarily to kill them. The scarecrow's still alive, technically. It's just unconscious in there. But after that, it turns to you, Diane, and begins licking its lips, potentially looking for its next meal. Okay. That's it. Eridanos' go. Alright. Well, that's fine. Don't know where Snug's gone, but I have plenty more in the tank. I'm gonna start by casting a moonbeam this time, and then you'll follow up with a healing spell next. For now, we'll just get some damage going. And gonna place it on. Ooh, I'm gonna do it on Baba Yaga because you're above it. I guess he's gonna move it onto the Vanderhog. So the start of the Vanderhog's go is gonna make a con save. And as for a bonus action, he could lower himself down to the ground, switch to the archer, and take a pot shot at Baba Yaga. Yeah, he could do that. He can freely switch between stances now, by the way. It's really cool. So yeah, we'll just fire one quick arrow. And that's his go. As a legendary action, still really want to break that concentration, but Elidus, you got that shield up, makes it tricky. How far? Ooh, you're actually out of range. What? Oh, fine. You know what? No, she's gonna actually gamble and try to hit you, Helidus.
All right.
Okay. Have some more blast.
That should be a miss.
Yeah, that's two. That's
That
a
one's
hit.
good.
Okay, cool.
At 15.
15 is obviously a pass. You have to roll something like a 1 or a 2 to fail, really.
That
25
one's
also
good.
hit.
But still keep on.
Yeah. I'm gonna delete this other Helidus on the map. Keep bugging out.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
I'm getting
one more
double
beam.
saving throw requests here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna keep hitting the other damn token, but the
That one's
last
good
one hits as
too.
well.
Ouch! I'm getting my ass kicked here.
One more, and you keep
Still
concentrating the
holding
whole
on.
way through. Oh, man, you're looking low.
Gritting my
Okay.
teeth.
All right, we're nearly at the bottom here. Actually, it's just your go, and then we'll end tonight's session.
He. Yeah, I really got one chance to get this off, so I will do it. She's going to be taking a level 9 casting of the Scorching Ray.
and did we miss Daya's turn?
Yeah, we missed. I just looked at it,
Oh
and I
shit!
saw it.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah.
You want to
Yeah.
take that now, quick?
Uh,
Or I'm rushing.
yeah,
That's
if
all
you
right.
don't mind. I'm gonna whipsicle the frog.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah.
Okay, nice.
16 slashing.
Very good.
Plus, does he get a plus? Plus, what does the Dream Saber get?
But it's the whipsicle.
Yeah, it's the
Oh, the
whipsicle.
whipsicle,
So
right.
that's it.
Oh, right. So it's not the Dream Saber. Okay, so that's it. That's my bonus, and my action, I'm going to try and just beat him up. 21 to attack.
Yeah.
It's a hit.
Yeah, you start pounding into this thing, and its whole belly kind of like shudders and reverberates. Seems quite a tanky guy, but it looks like it's hurt. It's like
Good.
holding its stomach, almost like it's about to retch. It lets out this gargling groan noise as you punch it again in across the face.
Okay.
Oof.
And It's going to have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. It likes those.
Maybe. Oh no, that's fine. More than passes.
Yeah, looks like it just, for a moment you think it's stunned, and turns out it's just gas. And he just, like, belches and passes it.
Okay. Let's. Yeah, let's flurry blows it too. Why
Okay.
not? It just ate my baby.
Ooh,
Oof.
this one you hit it in like the flabby gut, and it just bounces off. And then the second one as well, kind of like pushes its belly out to just shove you aside, and you're unable to get a good hit on.
Okay. Well, that's the end of my turn
Yeah.
then.
All right, and then Hellenis.
Yeah. I will unload a level 9 using how many charges would that be? So it's a level 2 spell, so plus 7 charges. So 7 of the 10 Phantom Fire Staff charges to
And you
cast.
can use up to 3 at a time. Is that right?
Oh,
There's a max how many you can unleash at one time.
that's important. I should have seen that. Once on each of your turns when you hit... Nope, I'm sorry. The staff has 10 charges. While holding the staff, you can actually spend 1 or more of its charges to cast Invisibility, Scorching Ray spell from it. Using your attack bonus. For 1 charge, you cast the second level version of the spell. You can increase the spell slot level by 1 for each additional charge you expend.
Okay, all right then, that's fine. I was
Then
just
I
double
will,
checking because I know some items have like a max charge use on it.
by all means, I may have missed
Go
it.
right ahead, spend it, and end it.
So it's going to be a level 9 Scorching Ray. So I will
What?
do this. Yeah.
Nani?
On the Baba Yaga, I am going to go... Well, first I'll roll... Actually, no, I'll do it after. I'll roll the 1d 100 because of the Wild Mage Surge. Sorry, this is a lot. This is very cumbersome. But because of this nature of Scorching Ray, it's an individual beam each time. So first I'll cast it at level 2, which will not consume a spell slot because I'm casting from the staff, which will be the... Oh, that's 3 beams for the level 2, and then 1 beam for each level after. So it's going to be... But each one is an attack of its own, right? So I want to make sure that... So that one would miss. Do it again. It's really stupid. Oh my gosh.
You'll notice this Baba Yaga is a little bit tougher. It's almost as if the pestle is granting her some supernatural armor and cover, effectively. And lots of them are just ricocheting off the side.
Okay, so
As
then I've... Sorry.
like you go.
I need to get 3 of them to hit her. If 3 of them don't hit her, then this is a complete disaster. So that was 3 from level 2, and then there's 7. There'd be 7 more.
Okay.
7 more.
Because
Wow.
2
Okay.
plus 7 is 9, so that's number 4.
Yeah, he's like overcharging me. Oh, the rolls are so bad
Number
though.
5, and this is ridiculously stupid.
You're
Oh my
rolling below
god.
10 on everything.
Yeah, this is pretty frustrating. I just accidentally consumed one of my level 2 spell slots too. Misclick. Come on, man. You gotta be kidding me. Finally.
There's a hit.
I can't even... Yeah, double 6s too. Cool, nice. Alright, so there's 1... how many more do I have? 5, I think? Or 4? Lost count. I think it's 5. 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So it would be 3 for level 2, 4 for level... 4 more is right, yep. Oh my gosh. 3 more. That's
God, the 2 of them. Oh,
2 more.
oh.
Finally.
Hey, there
Painful
you
to
go.
watch. Oh my
That
god.
made up for it.
It's really
Hey.
frustrating. And then the final one. Hopefully this connects, because...
Oh, it's not.
That's fucking gross, man.
That is so unfortunate. All of these rolls, and only 2 of them hit.
That is just so gross.
Needed
Wow.
3 for the cool effect, but he seems to bat them away, almost as if knowing what the stuff does. I stole that from my vault, you little thief.
That is really fucking brutal. Wow.
That
Make
was
sure
Okay.
you
Yep.
don't.
against you. That was
Ember just
supernatural.
kind of size, and I'll roll a 1d 100 or Hellenis side, but that's a 200. Sorry. for 2,000. Wow.
That's embarrassing, honestly. If you're going to steal my magical items, at the very least, do them justice and use them properly.
Nah, be quiet.
All right. So-
62 is for the next minute you must shout when you speak.
Be quiet.
All
And
right.
that gets me my thing back. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to talk to James about attuning to the shard, but I didn't do it, so whatever. All right, cool.
Well, we might still get to talk to James, hopefully next week, because we are going to have to end it here as we're out of time. But nothing too crazy yet, except for Hela just getting absolutely pummeled. Some flying paladins and barbarians. So, though we're ending it here, we will pick it right back up next week with James in tow, so he'll be able to really decide what to do and hopefully aid you guys a lot better. And we'll see if the Tesseract pulls anyone in. But until then, we're going to sign off. Thank you very much for watching. Tune in next week for this climactic battle with Baba Yaga. See you then.